Hello and welcome to another live stream. So hopefully everything's working and everyone can hear me. Just pop in the chat if there's anything that's not working as usual. Just let me know. But hopefully everything is going smoothly. So today is I called it a Christmas live stream. I'm not sure how Christmassy it's going to be because I don't really celebrate Christmas that much. I mean, I sort of what would you call it? Like passively celebrate it because like everyone around me celebrates it. So, I mean, I kind of have to celebrate it. But yeah, so I was actually supposed to be wearing a Christmas jumper, but I fucked up my timings and it's in the wash. So I'm not wearing that Christmas jumper. But we do have some fun things to be getting our teeth into, and there will be some Christmas themed things, mostly just like Christmas chit chat rather than actually Christmas themed things. But I hope everyone is doing well. Let me know how you're doing in the chat, because I think it's been a while since the last stream. I can't remember when the last one was. I think it World Vegan Day. Or have I done one since then? Because World Vegan Day is 1st of November, so that's okay. It's only like a month and a half ago, but still, that's a while ago. There was a period where I was doing quite a lot. But anyway, so yeah, put in the chat. Let me know how you're doing. If you're doing anything for Christmas. So like generally with Christmas, I mean, yeah, I only celebrate it because people around me are celebrating it. I'm not religious in any way. I'm not a big fan of religion, if like we can just put it like that, to put it lightly. But it's like a cultural thing. Like I'm in the UK, we're sort of like a nominal Christian country. So Christmas is pretty big here, and like people just celebrate it culturally and about of like for like like the consumerist side of it. Everyone likes the adverts, everyone likes getting gifts, spending time with family. If you did a poll of people in the UK and asked them, what do you think of when you think of Christmas, they would say family, presents, food, stuff like that. No one would say our Lord and Savior. No one's going to say that. Maybe some random Christian somewhere in the UK, but like the vast majority of people, it's just some cultural thing. But yeah, so before we go on with any chit chat, so I will try to keep an eye on the chat. And yeah, please put stuff in the chat just saying how you're doing and what you're doing for Christmas, especially if you're having like a vegan Christmas as well. I want to hear what like vegan food people are making for Christmas. But if you want to make sure that like I said, I'll be trying to check the chat, and I will be checking it, but just because I'll be concentrating on other things, I might miss it. But if you 100% want like what you say to be sort of like seen, and I will 100% respond to it, then there is I haven't actually put the link in the chat, so there's a link in the description where you can send a Streamlabs. Let me just get the link and I'll put it in the chat as well. But you can send a what would you call it? Like a tip sort of thing, and it'll pop up on my screen, and you will 100% get your like comment or question or whatever replied to. That I've just put it in the chat, so I'm really shit at multitasking. I've pinned it as well, so you should all be able to see that. But yeah, if you want to 100% get it seen, then go through that link. But I will be checking the chat. Okay, cool. So tiny bit more Christmas chit chat, then we'll go into like what we're actually going to be doing this stream. And before I do that, I'm going to plug my phone in so it doesn't die. So, Christmas chit chat. So, since I've been vegan, we've had like Christmas, vegan Christmases, uh, every year. Yeah, every year. And you know, that was something I asked for. That well, asked for slash demanded, but however you want to put it. Um, and yeah, luckily, like my family valued me and my presence more than a dead turkey. Um, so they agreed, and then we had a vegan Christmas the past 4 Christmases, and then this Christmas is the fifth Christmas, and we've got like wider family coming. There's more people. They want to like cater to everyone, this sort of thing. Even though I don't see how it's catering to people by fulfilling their desire to slit someone's throat, but like whatever. Yeah, so this Christmas it's been a bit of like I don't know, for me a bit of an awkward one. It's not going to be a vegan Christmas, but I'm trying to like displace as many animal products on the table as possible. So we have one vegan centerpiece, and then we were going to have another centerpiece, and I offered to make another vegan centerpiece. So I actually did a trial run of that. This weekend. It's like a vegan turkey roll thing. Actually, definitely check her out after this stream. So I don't know if any of you follow any vegan chefs on YouTube, but Chef Arnie, she's not that big. I think she's got maybe like 20k subscribers. I say not that big, like that's massive compared to me. But I don't know how well known she is. Like I don't think I've ever met another vegan who knows of her. Or at least not knowingly anyway, have I known that they've known of her. But yeah, I enjoy like watching her recipes and seeing the recipes she does. And I think actually I've been watching her for about like 4 years, and this is the first recipe of hers I've ever actually tried. And it came out decently, and I'm not that good cook. So if I can do it, basically anyone can do it. But yeah, so that was what I made for Christmas. We'll see how it goes down with all of the rest of the family. But yeah, put in the chat if you've got anything that you're making for this Christmas, because it'll be interesting to hear. But whilst anyone that is going to put that in the chat types it or thinks about it, I am going to go over what we're going to do this stream. So this stream, which you may have got from the thumbnail, we're going to be doing a bit of bingo. And I actually had this idea for a while. I'm not sure if I came up with it. Well, I mean, I didn't come up with the idea of bingo, but like, okay, actually, I'm not going to try and claim any credit for this because I didn't come up with the idea of bingo. I got inspired by a video and then found a resource that was made by someone else. So I have not put any original like input into this. I don't know if any of you know, but I occasionally do videos with another YouTuber, and he's a friend as well, David Rams. Definitely go check out his channel or his 2 channels. Just type in David Rams, you'll find him. And I sometimes do videos with him. And we did one, or maybe it was a stream. I think it was a stream actually, talking about Piers Morgan. He had a video with an animal rebellion activist recently. The animal rebellion activist, like, I don't know if trolled is the right word, but trolled him with Piers Morgan bingo. So I saw that kind of, I was like, oh yeah, I should do like an antinatalist version of that. And then I saw that Stop Having Kids. Well, I don't know if they produce. I don't know who produced it, but you'll see it. You'll have seen it in the thumbnail. I'll get it up in a minute. But yeah, someone put together a Stop Having Kids bingo sheet. I'm guessing it was someone in Stop Having Kids, or someone made it like and put their branding on it or whatever. And it's got like common thing that natalists will say when they're, like getting angry at antinatalists or whatever. So I thought what we could do is go through some Stop Having Kids outreach videos and one other special video, which I found earlier today. And I thought, I'll chuck that in there because that might be quite funny. I haven't seen it, so actually it could be bollocks, but hopefully it'll be fun anyway. And go through all of those and see if we can get a line in bingo. So before we go forward, let's just see if anything's happening in the chat. So hey Kupo, Kupo's saying they only pretend to celebrate Christmas for the presents. Yeah, I mean, who's gonna turn down free shit, right? Especially if you ask for free shit that's actually gonna like help you or like help others or whatever. So like this year, I decided to instead of getting people physical presents, because I know a lot of people like they get a physical present even if they've asked for it, they maybe like use it for a bit and then it just becomes redundant. So I made donations to charities on behalf of different people instead of getting the physical presents this year. Citizen of the Milky Way says, "Hi, bro, you're cool. Thank you. I'm just gonna call you Milky because that's easier than saying your whole name. But hey, Milky." And Milky says, "Are here any Everlists?" I don't know. In the chat, people can say if they are or not. I've had discussions about it before. Like, I go back and forth on it. I don't publicly use the label F list because there's like all sort of politics and stuff around it. But and I just can't be bothered to get involved in all of that. And like, there's a mudslinging war between F lists and non-F lists. Or maybe it's actually, it seems to me rather one-sided. It's non-F lists against F lists, but either way, like, I'm not trying to paint F lists out to be victims, but yeah, I just don't want to get involved in all that drama. So I have before publicly used the label, but then I rolled back on that because I was like, I just can't be bothered. I could feel myself getting pulled into the drama and I couldn't be bothered. But totally happy to like discuss F-list, what would be considered F-list ideas with anyone, just as ideas. They don't need to have like the F-list label attached to them. I don't really care about like labels like that. Grind Mode, sick name, says everyone. I don't know if they were supposed to say hi everyone or if they're saying everyone is an F-list. I'm not sure. Alison saying bonjour Alison. I trolled David. Do you mean in the video I did with him recently? The vegan grills antinatalist. I don't know if I trolled him. Actually, I don't think I trolled him. I think we were fine. I enjoyed that conversation, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how many of you have seen it. Like, it's like with everything. Like, obviously, if I could go back and have the conversation again, there are other things I'd say maybe differently, or there's things that I would have picked him up on that I've noticed since, or people have messaged me saying, "Oh, you didn't pick him up on this," and then I think like, okay, like, valid point, but like, whatever. But it's like when you have and he would have thought this about me as well, right? Like, whenever you have a conversation with someone, you can't pick up every detail that you go over. Yeah. So, but I thought it was a good, like, I thought it was a good conversation. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and it like, I mean, we're friends as well, so it was never going to get nasty anyway, but it's like, I like having like civil conversations like that. Lenny K says that they decided to donate all the money they get this year. I'm guessing you mean for Christmas, right? Not like literally all of your money, like your wages and stuff. I'm guessing Christmas. But that's sick, Lenny. Like, good on you. If you're happy to, like, obviously, like, this is not me pressuring you in any way. I just, out of interest, if you're happy to, like, please share in the chat where you're donating your money, because, you know, there could be some really good places out there that the rest of us should know about, and maybe we don't know about it. And you can enlighten us. And then Lenny says, first vegan Christmas dinner for them too. Really excited to see how it works out. Yeah, what are you having for your dinner? And Jay says, I'll just do a few more chats and then I'll show you the playlist of videos I've got. So Jay says, hey Lawrence, keep up the good work. Thanks, Jay. Do you feel like you've made a difference with AN this year, like convincing people not to procreate? I mean, it's hard to tell. In short answer is yes. I've had people message me saying that they've seen my stuff and changed their mind. And also from the Channel 4 video I did, which was that this year? Maybe it was last year. I can't remember. But anyway, whenever that was, I've had people message me after that saying that you know, brought them to antinatalism, which was cool. But yeah, so I think I've had like a small impact. It's hard to know how big your impact is because you just kind of, at least with the YouTube side of things, like you just put videos out there. You don't know what impact, like, not everyone leaves comments, like you can't just go based on comments. Some people will say, oh, I found this really inspiring. It means I'm not going to, procreate. Some people might comment that, but like many others won't. They'll see a video, it'll plant an idea or a seed in their mind they'll mull over for a few days. Maybe they'll see something else that'll add to it. So I'm sure I've done that. Like I've added to the likelihood that other people won't procreate. But it's hard to measure. So I don't fully know, to be honest. Grind Mode says, get on conversations with Do Not Watch. Yeah, I think I've spoken to Do Not Watch before in like private calls. Because I think they used to go under a different name, but I don't want to say the name just in case they change their name for a reason. But yeah, maybe if I can if I can think of like a specific like topic that would be interesting to discuss, and they would be the best person to discuss it with, I'd be like more than happy to do that. MJ, your channel is so underrated. Let's hope it grows more in 2023. Thanks, MJ. Hopefully, like I've got a good problem at the moment. Like I've got so many ideas of things I want to do, and ways I want to improve it. I haven't had the time to get round to it because, yeah, I think I've referenced in like a few videos before that like this YouTube channel is not the only thing I do in terms of like antinatalism or activism for other issues as well. So not all my time goes on this. So I do spend time doing other stuff as well. But yeah, which means that I can't. Well, I could if I changed what I was doing, but yeah, I've got to like divvy my time up between different things. And so I can't get around to doing everything I want to do with antinatalism, like bam, 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 getting it out straight away. But I got loads of ideas that I want to do. I've sort of half baked some of them. Others I haven't worked on at all. But right at the end of the stream, I'm going to be talking about a few things that will be coming up soon, which I've either already done or am doing soon, but they will be released in the next sort of month or so. Mark's here. Hey, Mark. I hope you're doing well, and I hope Canada is not too cold at the moment because it's getting it's getting very cold here. I think this is probably one of the coldest winters we've had for a while. I don't know if it's the same in Canada if you're having like an unusually cold winter, but like yeah, I hope you're keeping well. Last time I spoke to you, you had a leak in your flat, so I'm guessing that's hopefully solved. If not, that's one hell of a fucking leak. Cool. Okay, I will get back to the chat, but I will just sort of go a bit forward with the stream for a bit. So, let's see if I've set this up all the right way. Okay, so first I want to show you can you see that? Hopefully you can see that in the bottom right screen. I'm going to move over here a minute. Cool. So hopefully you can see this in the bottom right screen. So this is a little playlist I've put together of things we definitely won't get through everything this stream. So you can help me pick which ones we look at. But I am going to start with this eco-fascism one. So basically, most of them are Stop Having Kids videos because it's a Stop Having Kids bingo sheet. And I'll show the bingo sheet in a minute. But these are the ones I was thinking it would be interesting or some of them to look at through the stream and see how many we can sign off. So we've got eco-fascism, someone saying their group will be outnumbered, someone saying that having kids reduces the population. YouTube says I've seen that one, but I don't remember seeing that one, so that'll be interesting to see. Someone claiming they're a blessing for humanity. That person definitely has no ego at all. The Devil's Agenda, and selfish reasons, someone being called a racist and a Nazi, and then that's really annoying. Okay, let me just change this for a bit. So there is another video which, let me just see if I can. Okay, yeah, you can see that now. So then it goes, being called racist and Nazis. And then the last video, which I came across today, which I wanted to, which I wasn't planning to look at in this stream, but it just like popped up. I just saw it when I typed in "stop having kids" videos, and it is the notorious Matt Walsh has done a video. It was a year ago, so I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone else reply to this. I mean, it is child-free rather than antinatalist, but I haven't seen this, so maybe he touches on antinatalism. But the high intelligence guy, Matt Walsh, which was sarcasm if no one detected that, has done a video on child-free and maybe antinatalist. We don't know what's in it, but that will be something we will get to as well. So those are the videos that I had put in a playlist to look at today. But I also want to show the bingo sheet. So let me see if I can get this up. This is my... Oh, fucking hell, what's going on here? Oh, wait, no. Okay. No, I was just an idiot. I just turned off my camera rather than turning on the bingo sheet. So that was me being a div. Okay, cool. So nothing but professionalism. So where's that gone? Where is it? Okay, I'm not sure why the Stop Having Kids bingo sheet is not showing up. That's odd. Okay, well, if all else fails, I will just read out what's on it. It's weird that it's not showing up. Let me try and just add it again from scratch, and hopefully it'll work. So basically, this is if no, I'll just, while I'm getting it up, I'll just explain to people what bingo is in case people don't know. So bingo, basically you have a sheet. Oh, can you see it? This is so odd. That's so weird. Why is it doing that? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to read out what's on the bingo sheet because this technical stuff is fucking me up, and I'm not sure why it's doing this to me. It's mugging me off. So I'm just gonna read it out. But yeah, because I don't know what it's doing. So bingo is basically you have like a bunch of things on a sheet that people might say. Well, traditionally it's numbers in traditional bingo. And as they say them in the video, you tick them off and they're in a grid. And if you get a whole line or if you get a whole row or a whole column, then you shout bingo. So I've got this bingo sheet here. For like the life of me, I don't know why it's not like working on Streamlabs for me to show you it, but I will try to work on that. But yeah, so on it we've got so these are the things that are in the bingo sheet. Actually, you know, it would be better if I could show it to you today. So let me try and figure that out. So just like bear with me while I'm trying to do this, because I do wanna show you what it looks like, because it would be quite fun. Okay, let's just do screen capture again. You know. Okay, so you can see this, right? So this is the bingo sheet. Let me know. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so this is the bingo sheet. So it's shit natalists say bingo. Stop Having Kids edition. Sorry, this technical shit has just thrown me off. I'm being a bit impaired. Anyway, so this is the bingo grid I was telling you about. So this is how it works. So you have rows and you have columns, and they're full of things that Natalist would say. And just if anyone is trying to get my attention in the chat, just like bear with me because I'm focusing on this technical bollocks at the moment. So yeah, in this we've got who will pay taxes, classic. Will go extinct. Who would be holding those signs if you didn't exist? Kill yourself, absolute classic, and definitely very responsible to tell people to kill themselves. My kids are going to make the world a better place. Definitely, people who say this definitely do not have an ego. Life is a gift, classic. Be fruitful and multiply, so that's like a bit of a religious one. I'm going to have 10 kids now. That one, that one's so dumb. Your demons, again, religious sort of angle there. Pipeline to eco-fascism. So I think maybe from the first video we're going to watch, that one's going to be coming in. And then a bunch of others. I'm not going to go through all of them because it would take a while, but there's some good ones in there, and I will keep tabs on what if anyone can find this as well. Definitely like get it up and do bingo along with me. And then what I'm going to do is when they come up with videos, I'll just copy paste the X and put them on where they're going to be. So let's start with the first video. So okay, got the video up. Hopefully you guys can see that. And before we start, I'm just going to quickly go through the chat again. So this video, the first one we're going to be doing is the eco-fascism one, where there's this I'm assuming the person in the thumbnail was the person calling them an eco-fascist, but I'm assuming they're at like some market and this person's come over and said that they're all eco-fascists. Okay, cool. So let's just have a quick look through the chat again. Okay, so MJ, your channel description is absolute gold, by the way. Oh, right. Yeah. That, to be honest, that didn't actually take me that long to come up with, but when it popped into my mind, I was like, I've got to do that. Like, I just can't not do that. Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, I'm not going to get it verbatim, but it's something along the lines of I create videos about why I shouldn't be here to create videos about why I ... subscribe, join the cult, something like that. And Lenny says that they're based in Germany, so after some deliberation, they decided to donate all Christmas money to these 5 charities and organizations. Lenny, I think you maybe were trying to post links in the chat, and it doesn't allow you to post links, so maybe you'll just have to put the names in the chat. And Alison says that they are antinatalist because the world isn't vegan. That is definitely a valid reason to be antinatalist. Oh, nice. Alison, for Christmas, presumably, is going to bake some vegan food for everyone. Don't have the money to buy useless crap. Yeah, I get you. Nice. Mark's leak is fixed. MJ saying that they had a few vegan Christmas dinners with their family throughout the years. Thankfully, they're all on board. We simply veganize the traditional Christmas food. Yeah, that's good. It's good when like your family are fully on board. There's no friction. Like yeah, I'm envious of you. Like I won't put my family down. Like they are, they are considerate to an extent, but they don't fully get it. I think they still think that killing animals is fine and exploiting them. And Anderson is saying that this is they think this is the first live that they've seen of me, and they're looking forward to it. Well, hopefully I don't disappoint. When well, or hopefully tonight's entertainment of the eco-fascism lady is not going to disappoint. Cool. Okay, cool. All right, I think we've caught up on the chat. Right, let's get stuck in with this first video. Let me know if there's any issues with audio or anything like that. If the volume is low for this video, I've got it turned up to the top on everything, so I'm not sure what else I'm going to be able to do, but hopefully it's not.
Have to do with gaslighting.
I'm trying to compare the spectrum.
Okay, wait, so, sorry, a bit of context just in case some people don't know who this is. So Stop Having Kids is an antinatalist outreach group, so they are based in America, but I think they do have some groups elsewhere, but they're mainly in America. I think the northwest of America, but I might be wrong. But anyway, so I believe, if I'm right, this in the video is Dietz, this guy on the left wearing the Stop Having Kids t-shirt, who is I don't know if he's the founder or co-founder. I don't know if he founded it on his own or if with other people, but either way, that's Dietz, the person or one of the people that set up Stop Having Kids, and they often go to I think they often do like street corners, but they also go to markets and have a stall or just hold signs. They've also had, what do you call them, big billboards with messages on, like antinatalist messages on, or maybe not explicitly antinatalist, but sort of like edging that way, like soft antinatalist messages. And this video is from them when presumably it looks like they're at a market, and this lady's come over and presumably is, well, judging by the fact that he's saying we're not anti-black, presumably she's said they're racist, but we can't take that one off yet because we haven't actually heard it come out of her lips, so we'll see.
And you have no idea what comes back then, no evidence to back.
Also, sorry, the audio in this video is really low. It's just the video itself, but there are subtitles, so hopefully you can read the subtitles.
Stop Having Kids has been around for 1 year. What has come about from Stop Having Kids? A lot of people who just have questions that I just want to be able to articulate to you. I don't like that you're getting angry. Because you're making big statements. I know that I'm trying to understand, and I would like to get your point on it.
So how is us standing here with signs that, that say life may be worth continuing, but is not worth starting?
Yeah, it does. It seems like they're both a bit like emotionally heightened. We've obviously come in like they've started recording halfway through the conversation. You might think I've just started the video a bit way through the conversation, but before this part in the video was about something else. So this is the first bit of their conversation, but yeah, it seems like it's already gotten a bit spicy. I mean, if he's saying they're not anti-black, presumably she just came in and dropped the racism bomb. So maybe that's why it got a bit heightened.
What women can be whole without becoming
So these are the questions that I have that I'm trying to understand.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I personally am not having kids.
Okay.
Personally, in my own life, I am someone who has been through a lot. I had a terrible childhood.
Okay.
So I understand some of the points you're making, but I want to understand
Okay.
if you, like, the questions that people have been raising online, like, about this organization, I just want to clarify
And we
how this leads to
haven't,
eco-fascism.
We got the first one, eco-fascism. All right, so, okay, I'm not gonna. Oh, actually, maybe I can drag it over. Can you guys see that? Okay, cool. We've got the first one. Where's eco-fascism, baby? Clearly, as antinatalists, we love a bit of eco-fascism. It's our favorite thing. Yes. Okay, cool. Right. Well, that's the first one ticked off. So I'm thinking we're either going to get this line first or this line first. This lady is helping us on another level. Let's hope she calls him a demon, or says that, oh, no, fuck her. No, her kids aren't going to make the world a better place because she already said that she's personally not going to have kids. Fuck. I almost wish she has kids just so I can complete this bingo line with her. But no, I'm joking. I'm joking. A kid is not worth a bingo line, or a bingo line is not worth a kid, if you get what I mean. Either way.
We haven't, eco-fascism is when you blame a specific set of people for certain
But I don't
problems,
understand
and
how
then you
you're
do
not
things.
understanding how these sort of organizations that you're getting donations from to support.
What are you talking about? We've never gotten a donation
You
from
just
an
said that.
organization.
I didn't say you get donations from organizations. I guess you
Yeah, and we buy signs like this. Birth isn't a ability, not an obligation. Is that leading to people getting killed in other countries?
You know how they were saying before about ecofascism, and he was saying ecofascism is when like you aim the message at a specific group of people. I didn't think that was what ecofascism was. I thought ecofascism was when you pursue environmental harm reduction to the extent where you control people's lives in a very sort of oppressive and dominating way. So you know, maybe the claim that some people make about antinatalists is they're saying they're eco-fascist because they make the mistake that antinatalism is about the environment, which is, you know, is like a conversation people can have, but antinatalism itself is not as explicit about the environment. But people like misunderstand and think it's about the environment and think that antinatalists are saying that we need to pursue like environmental harm reduction as like to such a degree that we need to try and inhibit people's bodily autonomy or reproductive autonomy, which personally I would agree is, I would label that as ecofascism, but that's not what Stop Having Kids or antinatalists are doing. So, but I mean, you know, like, I think this is just a label that's going to get chucked at antinatalists because pursuing environmental harm reduction is a big topic at the moment for obvious reasons, and population sometimes gets mentioned in that. So when people start to talk about the ethics of procreation, because of the climate that we're in, pun intended, I think people link the two together when they actually shouldn't. But you know, people are not renowned for logical thinking. And Pamela's just arrived and says, "Cool dude," and I respect why. I'm guessing that why is supposed to be you. I don't know if that's like arrogant of me to assume, but like, thanks so much, Pamela, and welcome to the stream.
Like that you're getting so angry. Like I'm really trying genuinely.
I'm getting angry because it's an extreme statement you're making without any evidence.
She's blaming
And I also
this organization is
so another question that people
eco-fascist.
set up is that you guys do get donations from people. So I would like to know.
Oh, hang on a minute. She has ticked off another one. She's on a roll. Okay. Do you see this bad boy down here? I think it's being cut off a bit, but it says, "Who funds you?" This lady is giving us big gains. That is a second one off, and we're only like, what, a minute into watching this video? She's a gold mine, this woman.
Of course we get
If you would believe that these donations could be used to better lives that are currently here, the city that I'm from, Chicago, currently has 800,000 people that are suffering from food
Hey Tarek, hope you're doing well, man.
shortage, from food deserts.
Yeah, so stop having kids.
You get from him could be currently being used to help the lives that are currently here.
Oh, hang on a minute. That's got to be one telling us that we should help lives that are currently here. Stop forcing people. Is that not on here? What? That should definitely be on here. Oh no, it's not on here. Oh man. Okay, cool. Well, that's a bummer. That should definitely be on there. Like, I hear so many people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be trying to prevent people from coming into existence. You should focus your effort on people who actually exist." Blah blah blah. Damn. Unless I'm missing it, but
Black and brown lives that are suffering
donate to whatever they want.
First of all, we donate to an organization every single month. Last month we donated to a social. Last month we donated
if
to
you
an
look on the website, it's
organization
there.
called Social.
It's all listed.
What was it? SCI, something Empowerment Incorporated. It helps kids, mostly black and brown kids. Actually, all no white
But like
kids.
at the base, you just don't believe that this leads to ecofascism.
Not not this specifically, not you could not stop having kids. No.
Okay, I mean that's really like all I've had because it's people are asking questions. It's just things that
There's
It's
a whole
false
website that
assumptions.
has an FAQ section explains.
I just
Most people don't
unfortunately
even know
I
what
just can't see
eco-fascism
how
means.
this doesn't lead to that.
What about all the black people that are being forced to take these vaccinations right
The
now?
most people that
That's
I've seen
ecofascism
questioning
right
your
there.
organization are black, indigenous, and Jewish people.
That's questioning stop having kids?
Yes.
Where have you seen
online.
that?
There's been a
Online?
ton of discourse, and on your guys' Instagram, there's been creators that have been deleted for commenting and
you name one
asking
of
you
those?
guys. I could tag them
We
on
do
this
not
TikTok.
delete any comments.
Go ahead.
Listen, I have never deleted anyone's comment questioning anything.
Well, then I can
I
tag them
managed.
on.
I think maybe they're having a misunderstanding here about deleted comments because sometimes on social media comments get deleted automatically by the platform itself. I think if I think it's like if certain accounts get flagged or if they use certain words, they can automatically get taken down. I might be wrong about that, but like I've definitely seen like people's comments be deleted like straight away, and the admin swears that it wasn't them, and like I trust the admin, and I wouldn't put it past these social media companies to have a policy where it, like they automatically delete certain comments. So it could just be that, and they're getting their wires crossed.
I'm the one that does the commenting.
That's
I look it
okay,
over,
like-
and no one's deleted.
Well, then I
anyone's
don't know
comments, then don't-
because it's not me. So that is, I'm not accusing
I also
you. I
can't
said that's what
remember-
they said.
For every one black or brown person
This
who
is why I
says
didn't
something,
want to, like,
for
I
every
just
one
don't want
black
it
or
to be like this big thing. Like I just
we've
have
never even
questions.
had a black or brown person
But if
accuse us of
somebody comes to you
ecofascism.
with
It's always
questions,
white
this is-
people.
this
It's
is an
always white
emotion-
people. It's
I'm
always
not-
Portland
Questions
white
are
people too.
your questions
First
are
of all,
ridiculous.
you don't even know my ethnicity.
I don't
Racially,
know.
I am white. I'm 100% white. You don't know my
Okay.
ethnicity.
Okay,
Please
so
don't
what?
speak on that.
I said you're white, and you just said you're white. So why do you have a problem with me calling
Because
you white?
ethnically, I have grounds to speak on ecofascism.
Anyone can speak about
This isn't
ecofascism. No matter
ecofascism.
what they are.
Do you know what
This isn't
ecofascism is?
This is an
This is a dumpster fire. I don't know what this lady's on about.
insult to people of ecofascism. There's real ecofascism, and you're trying
This
to
is
call
an
this
emotionally
ecofascism?
charged conversation. So if I come up to you and I have big emotions, it just doesn't help if you're just yelling. Like I'm trying to come
What if
at
I
this from
came
a
up to
place
you
of
and I-
being
Yeah,
like,
what if
hey,
we called you a racist or something? You're obviously going to have an emotional response.
I didn't accuse you. I said, do you
And
think
there's
this
black and
leads to
brown
that?
people that
Because
do
that
this
is the fear.
Clearly we don't because we're doing it. If we thought this led to eco-fascism, we wouldn't do it because we're
I've
not
seen videos of
eco-fascists.
other.
Okay, so I got a question. I got a question for you guys. There is a square on this bingo sheet that says this is Malthusian, eugenics, or racist. Now she hasn't explicitly said this is racist, but she keeps heavily implying it. Right? Do you guys think I can tick that off? Like, put in the chat if you think like, do we need to wait for someone to specifically say this is racist or you are racist? Or can we take it from her that like it's a strong enough implication that we can tick that off? Because like I feel like she's calling them racists, but without using those exact words, if you get what I mean.
People talk to your group, your organization, not you personally, but in cities like Minneapolis, and it was an indigenous woman, and she had the same concerns. And it's
Exactly. That was.
And it's met with the same sort of energy.
You know what the
Like, I don't
sign said that day? The sign said almost 500,000 kids in the foster care system. The sign said women couldn't play home without becoming a mom. The sign said 5.
All right, we've got two people, Ro and Tarek, in the chat saying that I can tick off the racism one. So boom, this lady is digging up golden nuggets for us. So just with this one person, we've got you're racist, who's funding you, and eco-fascists. Let's see if we can get any more out of her. Oh, hang on a minute. Fucking hell, I just clicked on the wrong thing.
Kids into a world you distract yourself from. That is not blaming any human. That is not perpetuating
So what do you
violence.
think this
She called us
is
Nazis
except for
too.
not having kids? I don't think you're a Nazi. I've
I know.
never said
I'm
that in
just
my
trying
life.
to explain to you.
Wait, I didn't catch that. Did someone get called a Nazi? Because I think Nazi is on this. Was Nazi on this? On the... Oh, maybe it's not. Stop. Oh, okay, maybe Nazism isn't like
That's
that.
not perpetuating
What do
that
you
mindset.
think this
She called us
is
Nazis
except for
too.
not having kids? I don't think you're a Nazi. I've
I know.
never said
I'm
that.
just trying to explain to you
I
what
never
happened.
said you were racist. I never said you were a Nazi. I said I'm scared this leads to ecofascism. And I said,
She just said like she never called them racist. So maybe we have to take back that racist one, because she did just retract that. And also, to be fair, like the words "you are racist" was never said. We just like thought there was a strong implication. Damn. Right, I've taken the racist one off.
Because of the woman, because of the idiotic woman you saw in that video.
I wouldn't call her idiotic, and I
She's
don't
not
appreciate
idiotic
the way
for
you're talking.
not even looking at what our sign said and just
If
getting
people
out and calling
can't
us
even
racist and
question
Nazis.
in a respectful way.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is me.
Oh, boom. I think that is the... Oh, no. Hang on a minute.
This is racist. Explain.
Okay, cool. Okay. Even though it wasn't like... It was a different person, we got the racism one. So we're signing off the racism. We've got racism. Boom. Okay, racism. Done.
How can you
This
expect
isn't
anyone to
respectful,
respect
and what she
that?
did wasn't respectful either.
I have it all on video. I was respectful at first. I tried coming from a neutral
Published this whole video. She came up and she
You're
called us.
the one who said you
Let
were
me
okay
talk.
with doing an interview,
I
but
know.
all you've done is yell at me the entire
Because you're
time.
being ridiculous. She came
That's
up-
okay if you think I'm ridiculous, but how are you changing my mind? How are you helping me
I don't. You're a
understand?
lost cause. I'm not
When
trying to
there's
change
a
your mind.
fear and there's something that I'm trying to articulate to you, like all you're
You
doing is yell
haven't
at me. You're the one who
explained.
said you
You
were okay with
haven't
doing an
explained
interview.
how this is
To be-
fascist. You just keep.
To be honest, I would just cut this conversation. Like, I mean, also maybe Dietz is doing this for content, but like, if, well, he did say that, like, he's not trying to change her mind, so.
Saying pipeline.
Because I am scared this is a pipeline that leads to it. I'm trying to understand by asking you questions, and you're not.
You know, it's a
answering them, you're just
pipeline that
yelling
leads
at
to
me.
more fostering, adopting, just deciding not to have kids, volunteering, donating. That's what it's a pipeline for. It's not a pipeline to killing people, okay? You're ridiculous.
But even on your sign right here, you say that one reason that people have kids is to continue one's legacy, genetics, bloodline, and family name.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Is that not true?
Yeah, that is 100% true. How can you read that and tell me that that isn't something that is going to lead to eco-fascism?
What are you talking about? How would
The
that lead to
overpopulation myth directly leads to ethnic cleansing. You told me that you believe in overpopulation myth that directly leads
I don't
to
believe in an
Wait, is
overpopulation
ethnic
myth. I believe in an
cleansing?
overpopulation reality. But that's not even our big
That
thing. Do you
is
see
a
any,
myth.
do you
I
see
have
anything about
grounds to speak on
overpopulation
this
here?
as well. That is something that I studied in university.
You don't know what you're talking
I've
about.
tried talking
You don't
to
know
you
what
and
you're
yelling
talking
the
about.
entire time.
You just keep saying
that.
eco-fascism, racism. How is this leading to killing people? This is the reason why a lot of people have kids. They tell us this all the time. How is that leading to people dying, okay?
How do you not see that connection with
Because it doesn't
eco-fascism
make
and
sense.
ethnic
You make
cleansing?
no sense. We're not promoting violence towards anyone. We're promoting
This is
personal
mad.
power.
Imagine having to
People can
like,
have kids if they
if
wanna
you
have
watch this in
Every
real
time
life.
I've seen anyone ever talk to you in an interview, ever, you guys just yell. You don't have any fucking reason. I
This is the
calmly
only
came up to you and
interview
said,
I've
hey,
had where I've yelled.
do
That
you
woman's
want to have
into
an
an interview
interview
with
for
us.
TikTok?
That
All you've
woman's
done this
into an
entire
interview with
time
us. She came
is
to us.
yell at me, gaslight me, and try to get a rise out of me to make me look crazy to all these people. You're the one who agreed to an interview in the first place.
Yeah, and you didn't give an interview.
You don't have any fucking stats. How is overpopulation real? How is overpopulation real?
How is overpopulation real?
Explain it.
Hey, because we've destroyed the oceans, we've
Who
destroyed
has?
the rainforest. Humans. Humans.
What race?
Everyone. Mostly
You know
white.
what it
But
fucking
now-
goes back to?
Now she's bringing up race. Like,
What?
It comes back to all the fucking. It comes back to the minority. Do you know what that all leads back to? It's
Did I
not
say
the
that?
White man,
You're putting
it's
words in
not
my
the
mouth.
White woman. It leads directly to ethnic cleansing, like it
Are
currently
we
is. in-
are we leading to ethnic cleansing right now?
Yes, you're fucking.
This is
leading to
mad.
ethnic
To
cleansing.
continue one's legacy, genetics, bloodline, and family name.
That's
That
what
is
people-
directly a pipeline to ethnic cleansing.
What are you talking about? That's just acknowledging why people are having kids. That's one of the reasons why
Yeah.
people have kids. We're just acknowledging the top reasons why
This is
humans have
mad.
You
kids,
can't
and that's
even
one of the top
understand
reasons.
your point in this.
What are you talking about? Explain it. Explain it like I'm a 5-year-old. Explain it like I'm a 5-year-old.
Explain it to me.
Explain what?
Population to me. Explain the
You're
stats
not willing to listen.
But I don't think, has he mentioned overpopulation? I don't think he's mentioned overpopulation. Oh, actually, overpopulation was one of these things. Where was it? Oh, maybe it isn't. How is overpopulation not on this? What the fuck? Okay.
So I'm not even going to.
I studied this in university and I can fucking smoke you on any stat you give me. I studied this in university and I can fucking smoke you.
Smoke you on any stat. Just because you studied something in university doesn't mean you're like a guru. Like I studied environmental science at university. Like it doesn't mean like I'm like some guru on the environment.
Any stat you give me.
Go ahead.
Explain it to me.
Go ahead. Are we not destroying the rainforest? Are we not destroying the oceans?
Who is we?
Humans? Humans,
Trace
all
it
kinds of
down.
people. Everyone.
Trace it
Everyone. Humans have a legacy
A lot of very vague statements for a very big.
Do we have anything about overpopulation here? Is there anything about overpopulation
You just
here?
said that you believe in
You
overpopulation.
can't. So what? If you ask all these people if they believe in overpopulation, a lot of them will say yes. Are they killing
It is
people?
a myth that directly leads to ethnic cleansing. It is something I studied in university, and I'm someone who's not even personally having kids, and I think you guys are full of shit.
Okay,
I
good.
tried being calm. I tried having a nice interview with you.
Yeah.
I tried asking you for the stats.
You tried.
Madness.
You try better next time.
You're extremely close-minded.
I'm close-minded?
Directly leading to ethnic cleansing.
Explain that. Explain that. Explain that.
Explain how you're not.
If you care.
To be fair, there has been like no explanation about how it leads to ethnic cleansing. Like I can I can understand where people come from when they say that like in the past people with like bad intentions have pointed out specific ethnic groups and said like, oh, they breed like rabbits, stuff like this, and say like they're the problem, put the onus on them. But I mean, one, Deets and Stop Having Kids. Well, I don't know about Stop Having Kids generally, but Deets here has not, from my knowledge, mentioned overpopulation. And also, like, even if he did mention overpopulation, like, he hasn't tied it to a specific ethnicity or race. So, yeah, I can get where people are coming from because of the sort of the history of where it has sometimes been used, but it's a bit of a fucking leap to be talking to someone at a market in presumably this is like Northwest America somewhere, to then make a leap to those past like applications.
About ethnic cleansing so much, why don't you do something about it? Do something about it.
dick.
Do something about it.
Ask my ancestors.
Do something about it yourself.
them.
Do something about it yourself.
Do you know me? Do you even know my fucking
No, I
name?
don't.
So don't fucking speak on
I'm just
me.
telling you, if you care about
You're
something,
a fucking
if you care
little
about
bitch.
something so much, do something about it.
No,
It's
I
that
tried
simple.
looking at you from a
Do
point
something
of
about it.
view.
You care about something, do something about it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not. I'm not.
Mad thing.
No stats, you have no fucking facts. Overpopulation!
What's your original point?
Directly leading
What's
to-
our point?
Yeah, is that people overpopulated?
I'm sick of talking right now. She
What did
just.
you study in university? What did you study in university? What are your credentials?
Why are you so
How is it
arrogant?
relevant?
Get
That's
the
just
fuck
an
outta
appeal
here.
to
You're annoying
authority.
everyone.
With some universities.
You have nothing valuable to add.
You
have nothing-
valuable to add.
Who has killed someone because they read that people want to have kids because of their genes?
Overpopulation.
Yeah,
is real.
Palestine, Israel.
It doesn't matter. You're not willing to listen.
Ethnic cleansing.
Go listen to the
have
world.
no stats.
Go listen to the
Just admit it.
overpopulation.
All you do is get up here and gaslight. You have nothing to back what you're
Gaslight?
saying. You have nothing to fucking back any of this. Like, you should honestly be ashamed of yourself.
Well, honestly, I'm not. Sorry.
Madness. Well, that video is gonna basically end, so I don't know if we're gonna get any more ticks off on the bingo from that one. But that was a mad one. That got like very heated. Okay, cool. So I've got the next video up there ready, but before we start, I'm just gonna scroll back through the chat and see what people have been saying while I was watching that one because I kind of missed the chat. Tarek saying that he agrees on the platforms delete comments. Yeah, like I have no hard like proof, but I just like I've seen it myself. Like I don't know, maybe like I'm misled, but it seems like they are. So Lenny is saying, recently a couple of concerns against stop having kids has been raised in AN communities on Reddit. What do you think about those? I don't know what concerns you're talking about, Lenny. Like, I don't really use Reddit at all, so I didn't see those, and no one sent them to me. So if you want to put them in the chat, then yeah, I'm happy to respond to them. Not that I'm part of Stop Having Kids, but like I can share my opinion at least. And yeah, and I think there are some people in the chat who are involved with Stop Having Kids, but I won't name who they are just in case they don't want to share their opinion at the moment. But if they want to chime in, then go for it. Tarek saying she's clearly going for the Malthusian angle. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, and Ro agreed. Tarek says they're non-binary. Who's non-binary? Who, Deets or the lady in the video? Tarek says, "Whoops, I misgendered them too. My apologies." I'm assuming you mean the what? Actually, to be honest, I don't know how to refer to them now, but like the person in the video who's not Deets. But yeah, okay, cool. Oh, I didn't know that. How do you know that? Did they say that in the video? I don't know. Maybe you were there, Tarek, because I think you live in that part of the world, right? Well, actually, to be honest, I don't know where that market was. Kupo says, "Don't worry, we're sure to tick off again soon enough." Yeah, I know exactly. Even if the racist card didn't get pulled up there, it was going to, but it did by that other person. Marek has joined. Ecofascism should be free space. I have no idea what you mean. I don't know what you mean by free space. What? I don't know what you're on about. Ro, honestly, she's just a Karen. She's talking and saying nothing. I get what you mean. I don't know how useful it is to call people Karen, but I get what you mean. PhD in ecofascism. Okay, seems like Mag's having a good time. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what that person wanted either, Ro. Hey, Ash is here. Actually, I think that's the first time I've called you Ash rather than Ashley. I don't know why, but I have this thing where I usually call people by their full name, and it's not consistent. Some people, like I've got a friend Josh from ages, like I knew him since I was a kid, and I call him Josh. But like generally, I call people by their full name, and I don't know why. But like, I think you said you don't mind either, right, Ashley? So I'll go with Ashley, and unless you change your mind and you like Ash, then I'll go for that. Yeah, Ashley, were you there for this one? I don't think I saw you in the video at all. I saw another. There was the lady who came in saying that she does the comments, who I believe is Deet's partner, but I might be getting that wrong. Yeah, and nobody's joined. Hey, nobody. Cool. Cool. And then Lenny's just said that there's a thread on Reddit called "Concerns about Stop Having Kids." Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get the thread up now because it would, just like it will sidetrack stuff. But if you, I mean, maybe this isn't the place to like do it or whatever. But like, yeah, if you want to put any questions about Stop Having Kids in the chat, then like I'm happy to share my opinion. I'm sure other people in the chat are happy to throw their hat in the ring. But like, yeah, I don't think I'll go through the whole thread because it might be a bit of a sidetrack. But cool. Let's see what this video has in store. So, well, then you're eventually going to be outnumbered. Okay, so I'm going to guess this is going to be like the one about like, oh, your group needs to reproduce so that it doesn't get dominated by other groups sort of angle.
Yeah? What do you think? What's the thought experiment?
We consider ourselves smart, right?
I think humans consider themselves smart, but I don't know if they're always smart.
Yeah. We're more ego than brains.
To not have kids?
Right.
Yes. I think it's the responsible choice, and I think it's the right
Do you
choice.
think that we have a lot of irresponsible people?
Yeah,
There
100%.
are more irresponsible people than responsible people?
Probably, yeah.
The irresponsible people are going to keep having kids,
Oh, they will, for sure.
which means that they're going to outnumber
Holding signs
you.
like this isn't going to stop it.
I know. They're going to out.
This is an argument that's been like really popular recently. I think it's along the same lines of what I was talking to David about in my most recent video, about how basically like the people who are gonna adopt antinatalism and not have kids are going to be people who are generally more ethically minded, more compassionate, more wanting to do good in the world, and so it's going to hinder our capacity to do that. I just don't buy it. I don't think like procreation doesn't seem to me as important a role in. I think we can do more good by going around and doing different forms of activism ourselves, rather than putting it on the shoulders of our progeny. Ashley's just said she's opposite. Often chop the name down if they're fine with it. I'm good with either Ash or Ashley for myself. And no, I wasn't there for that last video interaction. Oh, you missed a sweet one. Because that would have been a fucking humdinger to be there in real life. Cool. I don't think this guy has touched on any yet. So who would take it? Yeah, he hasn't done any yet.
That eventually, we that think that we are responsible are going to get out.
Yeah,
used
but
to be
responsibility isn't like a genetic trait or anything.
No,
It's based off of like what someone's taught. So you could have a very irresponsible.
Yeah.
You could be a very
Good.
responsible person and create an irresponsible human.
That's inevitable.
And so regardless, I think.
But if responsible people stop creating responsible people, the irresponsible people are not going to create responsible.
That's not true. There's lots of people.
Your kids can do your shit, but the parents can be great. Like,
Yeah. And then you could
not
have
always the
like
parents'
terrible.
fault.
But tendencies
And it's also
are
not-
you're not going to have shit kids if you're not a shit person.
That's not
I
true.
understand that shit people can have great kids, and
We could maybe swing this one and get another thing. So you see this one here, my kid is going to make the world a better place. He hasn't claimed that about his own kid, but he's kind of making that argument, right? About like, if our type of people stop having kids, you know, like how he's putting it, like responsible people, then only the irresponsible people are going to have kids, and presumably the world is going to become a worse place. So I don't know. I feel like we could kind of sign that one off, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments in the
people can have
chat.
shit kids. I understand that, but mathematically it doesn't work out that way. Just saying. Just think about it.
My parents weren't responsible, and I'm more responsible than they are.
Okay, so
Shade.
that's an anomaly.
Yeah, I guess. Not really though. Like, well, what math is that? Like, you can't determine like responsibility. That's not like something that's determined by genetics or anything. Like,
No, it's not.
you could adopt someone and they could be a responsible person
Exactly.
because
A
of the things that you
responsible
teach
person
them.
teaches them
And then it's the
responsibility.
same thing too. You could also like adopt someone and teach them to be responsible, and they could choose not to be. So it's really just
Free will.
it's just based on that person. So realistically, why gamble with not just that person's life, but like other people's lives as well too? So
Yeah, we just wanted to let you
but
guys know that we're
oh, thank you. But
Yeah,
I think you're talking about like that whole idiocracy kind of thing. I think we're already
We elected
there.
Trump.
You elected Biden too. Like,
I
Biden's
understand.
just as much of an idiot as well. So I think we're already well beyond that point. I think it's better to prioritize already existing life and give the human.
No, I don't know if this
kids
guy
and
is gonna
those
give
who
us
are here
anything
now a fighting chance instead of continuing to bring others here. Even even the irresponsible people, like not all of them want to have children, so we should also like make sure that people have access to sterilization if they want it, better education, you know, better contraceptives, et cetera, et cetera. So I think all that, I don't think that risking just irresponsible people having kids is worth.
I don't know if this guy's going to give us anything. There's only like 20 seconds left. Let's try this one. Actually, let's try this one. Okay, so we'll do this one, and then we'll do the Matt Walsh one. Get the big brain boy in. So this one I saw when it first came out, but I haven't seen it for ages. So this one is only 99.98% of the reasons to have kids are selfish, bro. Okay, let's see.
What's up?
You get some haters, huh?
Yeah, but honestly, like no exaggeration, it's about 90% support. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Would you?
Can I get a picture of my daughter?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. People getting pictures.
Bring someone into it, you know? And we should be helping already existing life. But when I take care of
Philosophically, I think you're totally like it's fucked. I don't disagree. Like, what are you trying to say here?
What the fuck? The guy just said he doesn't disagree, and then he asked, what are you trying to say? He doesn't... What? So what's he agreeing with?
I'm trying to encourage people to actually question procreation, because a lot of... You guys have a good one.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
I felt the same.
Yeah, a lot of...
I didn't get it, but it's true.
Well, maybe. I'm gonna talk to God about it. What's up?
He's going to talk to God about it.
Most societies and cultures, you know, they encourage people to have procreation at any cost. And we're trying to, kind of like the counter to that, getting people to actually question having kids.
Yeah, I don't think that it should be a willy-nilly type of situation, for sure.
Oh, wait, did he just say that they should be aborted? Because I think...
Situation, for sure.
I think that is one. I think we've got one. Where is it? Your parents should have aborted you. Yeah. Shit. Oh, no, it slightly cuts it off. It's here. Let me try and... Do you see that here? Your parents should have aborted you. What a legend. The guy in the red car. Fuck. Sorry, my mic's in the way, so I'm having to like reach over to copy and paste this. Nice one. Oh, this row here is looking a bit tasty. Okay, sick. So the legend in the red car has given us another block. What a lad.
Stand up here long enough, someone's going to do the job. That should have been done by your mom.
Okay, are you going to come do that?
I will.
What a
Okay.
dick.
What did he say?
He said,
What are they saying?
he said, I know you guys should have been aborted. And then he said, if you stand out here long enough, someone's going to come out here and do the job. And then I said,
That's crazy.
and then I said, okay, are you going to do it? And he said, I will.
That's crazy, Tom.
Yeah. So,
That's crazy.
yeah. So
Wait a
we're
second,
trying
that doesn't
to...
even make any sense. People.
He's
the
saying that
world
we
is
should
losing
die.
its mind right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah. The world's been losing its mind, but it's worse now than ever.
Right. Okay, now.
We're trying to... It's
Oh, also, just while we're on the topic of stop having kids, like if anyone in the chat, and I know there are some, but I don't want to like out you in case you don't want to share your experience. But like, for the people in the chat that have done stuff with stop having kids, if you want to, like, put in the chat like what your experiences have been.
a lot of stuff. It's very multifaceted.
Having kids, huh?
Yeah, that's the attention-grabbing words, and you know that's what we think people should. We think people should stop having kids, so we're being straightforward, but we don't support any kind of control over people's lives or their bodies. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are pressured into having kids, and
No,
a
you
lot
shouldn't do it for that reason.
no, but that's one of the top reasons why people have kids.
What's that?
There's so many kids already that need
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, there's about 500,000 kids in the foster care system just in the United
No,
States.
I agree with that.
And all the reasons to have kids are selfish.
No.
They're not. What's an unselfish?
Did you say all the reasons?
Yeah. What's an unselfish reason to have kids?
No, the only thing is, I don't.
Um, Janken has just put in the chat about the link to this video. I'm guessing you mean the one we're watching at the moment, right? It's a bit long for me to put it in the thing now, but I'll put them all in the description of the live stream once it's finished.
I believe in any sort of philosophy that's all-encompassing, like an easy answer, right? All right, and I have my own spiritual, personal beliefs, right? Right. And there's things we don't understand about reality and life. And I don't even want to say what religion I'm in. All right, but I am a religious person. I'm not the average religious person.
I could probably guess which religion he's in. I mean, if you look at him, it's definitely not. It's not going to be Christianity. It's not going to be Islam. It's probably going to be one of the Eastern religions, isn't it?
I don't even have to say what it is, but what I'm saying is there is like stuff we don't know about life and why we're here. All right, and so you're absolutely correct if you're trying to tell me that people should not willy-nilly just be having kids, and they should not be pressured into an idea of what is and should not is a right way to be in this fucking conformed. It's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm with you on that one. But every reason to have a kid is selfish. That's going too far. You see that?
So can you? So then say what's not. Then say what's not selfish.
That polarizes things.
Then tell me an example that's not selfish.
What you're saying? What's it? Okay.
You're saying there's reasons to have kids that are not selfish. So I'm saying, what's the reason that's not selfish?
So what if? Just say for let's just say, what if reincarnation is real and karma is real? Huh? What if?
I'm going for Buddhist. I think he's Buddhist.
We're limitless beings, right? And the one thing a limitless being cannot experience, the one limitation a limitless being cannot have, is limitation itself, right? You can't be found unless you're lost first, right? If we're a limitless being, if we're a limitless consciousness, right? Listen to me, all right? If we're limitless fucking consciousness, right? I'm giving you an answer. If we're limitless consciousness, right? The one limitation would be we don't know what it's like to be limited. We don't know what it's like to be lost. What if the material universe is a manifestation, the yin to the yang, from the eternal? This is a temporary reality. You got the eternal and the temporary, illusionary reality. I'm
Where is he going with this? How is this relevant?
into Vedic shit, all right? And I'm telling you, man, karma and reincarnation is real. It's legit. There's consciousness before and after you die. You are not your body, right? I'm all about, like, when governments are using, when people are forced into, they're being commodified, and it's destroying the earth. I get it. The idea of what it is, I get what you're saying. But you see, the thing is, you're overshooting the mark, because there is a such thing as, there's some people that should have sex and they should have kids. It's supposed to be. It's a destiny, if you fucking will, right? Now I know that people's egos don't like that shit because they all want to be the fucking controller and they all want to be God. But like, check it out, bro.
I still haven't got an answer though for what's an unselfish reason to have
Yeah, he's just given a word salad. He's just preparing a word salad for us all.
kids.
For Krishna.
For Krishna?
Yeah.
Ah, Hindu. Krishna's a Hindu god, right? Fuck, I was so close.
Dude.
That's still selfish.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Krishna.
For Krishna.
It's not for me.
But you're not doing it for that kid?
Yes, it is. The best thing for that kid.
The best thing for that kid is to come into this existence?
Absolutely.
The best thing is to come into this existence?
See, now you're...
Okay, I got a proposal. So he has just appealed to a god for a reason to procreate, right? Now, would that be fruitful and multiply? Like, because be fruitful and multiply, it's basically just suggesting, like, my religion is saying that it's good to procreate, right? I feel like we can sign that off. Yeah, Kupo's saying in the thing that we can sign that off. I agree with Kupo. Even though he didn't say the exact words, like, he's on that point. That's what he's saying. I didn't think it would be coming from Krishna, though. I'll give you that. I did not think that was going to be the God that someone was going to appeal to.
Very, very. The thing is that darkness that you see the world in, that lens, is a sickness. Okay. Now
it's my sickness.
No. I agree with 89% of what you guys, what y'all, I'm sorry, are saying. But to say there is no reason to procreate that isn't selfish is crazy.
Well, the only answer you've been able to provide is that you should do it for Krishna.
For God, yeah. And you don't believe in God, right?
I don't believe in a specific God.
Oh no, that's not what I asked you, bro. Do you believe?
I don't believe or not believe.
You don't? Okay, so you're agnostic or something like that?
Yeah, I guess you could say agnostic.
Okay. Well, then I say that you're going through a journey, and I respect that, and I think your intentions are good, and I think you're beautiful people because your intentions are good, and I see the point you're trying to make. I get it, but that's not the whole picture.
If you're doing it because of your belief in Krishna, that's selfish. If someone has kids no, I mean, by you, I mean anyone. If someone has kids because of their belief in Krishna, that's selfish.
What if it's not, what if there is something we don't know that is real, whether we believe it or not?
Right, but that's...
Nah, come on, Ro, don't hate on the shirt. Like, I think that shirt is... I'm assuming you mean like the button-up shirt, right? Not the t-shirt. The button-up shirt, it's out there, it's loud, but I rate that.
Beyond this point about selfish or unselfish reasons to have kids.
What?
The point was, is there an unselfish reason to have children?
Yeah.
And you're saying for Krishna.
Yeah, that's the most unselfish reason you could possibly have, but you don't know what that means. See, that's why you're confused. You don't know when I say that, there's a huge disconnect because you don't know the reference I grew up in a culture that you're not familiar with.
Right.
That's why you don't know what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm not.
You don't know what I'm saying, I think.
I'm not a fucking Christian, dude. All right.
I didn't say you were.
But I don't believe that it is we are the controllers of the universe, and that it is our fucking, like.
I didn't say I believe it.
I know, 100%. This guy has definitely done psychedelics multiple times in his life. 100%. I can guarantee that. Which is no shade. I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I'm just saying, like, he definitely has, because Ro was bringing it up in the chat.
People shouldn't have children if they're not ready. People shouldn't have children.
What makes you ready?
Ready?
Like have parenting skills, be emotionally mature and intellectually mature, like that?
Jesus, the vast majority of people are not those things.
Yo, if you guys want to thin out the human race,
did I say that?
Why don't you go sneeze on some people?
Did I say anything about thinning out?
Okay. Because he basically just said, right, when you go sneeze on some people, he was basically saying, like, you guys, your ideology wants to kill people, right? He was basically saying that, which is this one, so we should just kill all humans. I mean, okay, maybe he didn't say all humans, but like... Okay, yeah, maybe we can't get that. Maybe we can't get that. Fuck. I thought we had that then.
The
what
human
are you
race?
Trying to say, though?
I'm trying to say that we should be taking care of already existing.
Abhishek is saying in the chat that they're Indian and the Krishna thing is so dumb. Yeah, like honestly, I don't know much about Hinduism and Krishna specifically, so like I don't know what this guy is even trying to say. Like I don't know if there is like an actual thing he's referring to, or if he's just like making some shit up and putting Krishna there. But yeah, I have no idea.
Life and not selfishly bringing more humans into the world.
Selfishly bringing more humans into the world?
Yes.
That's
all the reasons that humans have kids are selfish.
Crazy. All
really.
The reasons?
Yeah.
No. 99.98% of the reasons are selfish. But that's fucking retarded because we're part of nature. You're part of nature.
Yeah, and I can use my natural brain to think that I shouldn't be having kids and that other people shouldn't be having kids either.
This guy's a legend.
Really?
Yeah. So just because of nature, just because we can have kids, we should?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say you should have kids. But you're saying you shouldn't have kids.
Yeah, I'm saying people shouldn't be having kids.
No, that's ridiculous.
I'm saying it's unethical.
No, that's ridiculous.
Okay, we're just not going to see eye to eye, which is fine.
Yeah, it's like saying that's like the most preposterous thing ever, dude. It's preposterous
that having kids is so selfish?
No. You got this, you're living in a bubble. You don't You just see.
I think you're living in
the
a bubble
frog in the
too.
well. You know the frog in the well
No.
story? All right, look it up.
Okay.
Hey, if you really care, you'll look it up. Because if you really care
I don't
about
know.
what
I
you're
don't
fucking
care
doing,
though, honestly.
Oh, you don't care, so you're not going to look
I
it
don't
up,
care about the
'cause you
frog in the
don't-
well story.
You don't want to be wrong, do you? You don't want to
The
be
frog
wrong.
in the well story is going to make me think I'm wrong.
You think maybe? You don't even know
So
what
now
it is.
I'm going to think
you
that there's.
You don't even know what it is.
I
dude.
don't know what it is.
You
I didn't say I do.
So you're going to look into it?
Yeah, but that's so unreasonable to say, like, oh, well, you just don't want to be wrong because you don't want to look into this thing. Like, if you have that standard, then like he'd have to look into everything to make sure there's not something out there that, you know, proves that he's wrong. Like, it's a bit unreasonable to hold someone to that standard.
Maybe if I feel like
you
it.
are. If you
I
feel
never
like
told
it.
you I would.
You don't care, you won't look into it. If you
Why doesn't the guy just say the frog in the well story now?
do care and you're actually about what you say you're about, you'll look into the frog in the well.
That's your opinion.
No, maybe it is, but it might be true.
Okay.
Because you know what?
If anyone here makes memes, they need to make a meme of this guy. You need to look into the frog in the well. That's a legendary statement.
Objective reality. Hello?
Okay.
Some things are just fucking real and true.
Yeah.
Some things are just real.
Yeah. Some things are.
Yeah, some things are just real.
Yeah. I didn't say some things aren't real.
Yeah, well, why don't you look into frog in the well?
Okay, since you're pressuring me so much to look into it.
I'm asking you because you're out here fucking making a scene and you're fucking standing up like a.
How am I making a scene?
No, no, it's a good scene. I like this kind of shit. I like making a scene. I'm making a scene too. I'm telling you, if you stand up for something you believe in, then follow through with your fucking shit, dude.
I am following through. I showed up and I'm.
Look into the fucking frog in the well, dude, because you're the
Jenkins just put in the chat, Skyrim combat music plays. That is so true.
fucking frog in the well.
Okay. Why are you so angry?
Because
This guy in the frog in the well, this is so funny. I don't remember this from the first time I watched this video. This guy's hilarious.
society is in this pressure point, and we're two individuals, all right, going through a journey right now, and we're clouded by our own lenses and our own egos, right?
I'm the clouded one though, right?
Both of us, bro.
Okay.
Both of us. Yeah. Dude, all of us, all the time.
Okay.
Wake up, dude. All of us, dude. All of us are clouded. All of us are fucking lost, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Look into the frog in the well.
Okay.
Look into the frog in the well.
It's not selfish to have a child. Sometimes
you said 99.
It's not selfish to have a child because of the frog in the well.
98% of the time it is.
When a mother knows in her heart that she should have a child.
Can you please stand back? I don't like you standing this close to me.
When a mother...
I don't like you standing this close to me.
When a fucking mother knows in her heart that she wants to have a child, you're telling me it's fucking selfish for her to do that?
You're saying it's not?
Are you saying it's selfish?
What's wrong with you?
Are you saying it's selfish?
You're really causing a scene.
Yeah.
What is with this guy?
I am fucking causing a scene. Put me on YouTube, bitch.
Why are you so angry?
Because you're telling mothers that they're selfish for wanting to have kids.
I didn't tell
That's
a mother
what you're saying. You're saying to mothers right now across the world.
You said 99.8% of the time it's selfish.
All the time. There's no good reason to have a kid. It's always selfish. So you're saying that all the mothers right now.
Yeah, Abhishek's saying, like, why would you have a child in a dark well? What I'm thinking is, like, if there's a frog stuck in a well somewhere, go help the frog. Don't have a kid. Like, go help the frog.
Deciding to have a fucking child right now, that might change the world for the better. Or make...
Might change the world for the better.
You think
We got it. We got it. We got it. My kid is going to make the world a better place. I mean, he said might, but I'm fucking taking it. Yes. Okay. All right, so we got 2 on this row, and we got 2 on this column. Nice.
might evolve and have a thought that might make a beautiful reality in the future for humanity, you fucking weirdo? Dude, a mother has a choice to have a child, and it's not selfish. A mother chooses to have a child, it's not selfish.
Okay, you don't have to believe it's selfish.
Hey! When a mother decides in her heart and she feels, I'm meant to have this child for reasons beyond comprehension, it's not selfish.
Okay.
This guy's so weird. Like, this is the sort of argument that some hunters make. Like, they feel like they have this spiritual connection with the animal. They just feel like their life has led them to this moment where they've got to hunt this animal. It's a journey they go on, you know, because some hunters, they stalk an animal for days. Like, just because you feel something in your heart doesn't mean it's ethical. What the fuck are you on?
It's your opinion.
No, it's fucking true, dude.
Okay.
What the fuck are you even here for? Who hurt you, dude?
To have like positive conversations with
fuck
people.
Did you? Who hurt you, dude?
No one hurt me.
Who the fuck hurt you, dude?
What is?
Do you wish you were aborted?
Oh. You need mental help. He said, "Who hurt you, dude?" That's close, right? I think we can have that. Like, who hurt you? You're hurt. You need mental help. Is that too much of a stretch? I don't know. Is it too much of a stretch? Tell me if it's too much of a stretch. If it is, then I won't take it off. Okay. Yeah. No. See, Rose saying it's good, but Jankin saying it's a bit of a stretch. I think it's a bit of a stretch as well.
Yeah, I wish I was aborted.
Do you wish you don't exist?
Not right now.
You don't want to exist, dude?
At a certain point, I want to not exist.
So you're a bitch. You're a punk-ass little bitch.
I'm a punk-ass bitch.
Is that what I'm asking you a question?
I thought you were all spiritual.
No, I'm not. I'm a lost idiot, dude. I just happen to know about some shit.
Okay, well, I want to...
This guy's got so many quotes. Frog in the well. I'm a lost idiot, punk-ass bitch.
Get back to doing what I was doing.
No, I'm on the corner.
I don't want to keep talking with you.
You don't want to talk to me? Okay,
No.
I'll walk away if you don't want to talk to me.
Good, yeah, please.
Well, that would be harassment if I stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fucking harassment.
Yeah.
A mother chooses to have a child. It's not selfish, you fucking loser.
Okay.
You fucking loser, dude. You don't respect women.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't, dude. You don't respect choice, and you don't respect women.
I'm not taking away anyone's choice.
You don't respect choice or women.
Taking away anyone's
You
choice.
don't respect
Well, now it is harassment.
choice or women.
What are you talking about?
You don't respect choice or women. You say it's fucking selfish.
You are harassing me.
Fuck you.
Do you think this guy's maybe on drugs? Oh, that's the end of the video anyway. I think that guy was maybe on drugs. I'm not sure. It's time. It's time for Matt Walsh. The man with the largest brain in the universe. Okay, cool. Before we go on to Matt Walsh, let's see if anyone said anything in the chat. So I've been keeping relatively up to date with the chat. So Mag's saying, do Wall Street debates about antinatalism end up like this? No, it's these are the ones that will get views, so that's why people upload them, right? Like, the ones that go well will sometimes be uploaded, but they won't be uploaded as well as ones that cause debate and drama, because those ones tend to get more views. He is total god. He is. He's an absolute angel. Abhishek saying, how are you online activists so calm while debating with these NPCs? Yeah. If anyone wants to answer that, answer that. For me personally, how I like stay calm, I don't know, I just think I recognize that there's like bigger problems in the world than me getting like emotionally agitated by someone in a debate. I used to get very emotionally agitated in debates, but now I just realize, like, why am I doing that? Like, there's no point in me getting emotionally agitated. So I just really try to disconnect my emotions from any discussion I have. Yeah. What was the other thing I was going to say? Fuck. Oh, yeah. I was just going to introduce who Matt Walsh was for anyone that doesn't know. So, Matt Walsh, American. He's sort of well-known Christian conservative social commentator. I don't know if you'd call him that, but I guess he's that. I don't know if he has his own show or if he's part of the Daily Wire. Daily Wire is run by Ben Shapiro. It's like a conservative social commentary outlet in America. And I would say Matt Walsh, my understanding is that the reason that he's most known is for his recent documentary, What is a Woman? which he made like sometime this year. I can't remember when. And yeah, I mean, I'd never heard of him before that, I don't think. But yeah, he's just like, he's a conservative commentator, sort of, from what I've seen, just spends all his time sort of like ripping on the sort of woke activist sort of type people. And yeah, that's basically it. I don't really know how else to introduce him, but he, like, obviously from his show that he does, clips get uploaded to YouTube, and he's done one about the child-free movement, so, which is not necessarily antinatalism, but we'll see what he says.
If there's one thing that really turns our media on, it's the extinction of the human race. Our media is, perhaps more than anything, anti-human, at least anti-most humans. As far as humans go, they like themselves and believe that they themselves should continue existing. It's all the other humans, especially future generations of humans, that they aren't so sure about. And that's why the media is always eager for any excuse to celebrate the so-called child-free movement. On that end, here's an article, a recent article from today.com. It says, Laura Lavoie knew all her life she didn't want to have children. Now 46, she never felt that draw, she said, part of a growing U.S. population opting out of parenthood. A new study finds child-free people are as happy as parents, with the authors surprised by just how many men and women indicated they didn't want to have kids. It's part of a larger trend of Americans having fewer children in general. The U.S. birth rate fell to a record low last year, and there could be 300,000 to 500,000 fewer births in 2021, according to some estimates. For Lavoie, there were many reasons to choose to be child-free. Quote, the most important is that I just don't want to raise children. It's just not something that has ever appealed to me. I don't want to be responsible for another human being in that way. Lavoie, a writer who lives in Asheville, North Carolina, told Today, but I also really like traveling. I like adventure, never sitting in the same spot for very long, and just kind of lifestyle things that don't really fit with having a child. Well, yeah, there's a word for that. It's called being superficial and materialistic and selfish. So that's 3.
Okay, so they said they want to go traveling. That's materialistic. How? Traveling isn't a material. It isn't a physical thing. It's an activity. And what else did he say? He said superficial. I mean, it could be. I don't know. It would depend what sort of traveling you're doing. Like, yeah, it really depends. Like, you could go around the world and be doing really good stuff, connecting with lots of people, doing good things in the world. That would not be superficial. And selfish, I don't get how trying to enjoy your life is selfish. Presumably he's saying that because it's like you want to enjoy your life and not give the opportunity to life to anyone else. I would just say you're a moron. There's no one who exists to want that life.
Words, I suppose. It'd be a lot easier and get to the point much quicker if these people would just say that. Just say.
Rose says, I find Matt Walsh very insecure in many ways. Like, he did the things he was told needed to be successful, and he doesn't want the standard to change, otherwise his success won't count by others. I think I get what you mean. Yeah, I think I get what you mean. I think basically what you're saying is, right, that he is basically ticking the boxes in his behavior to satisfy a group of people that he knows will be an easy audience. And yeah, I think that's basically what you're saying, right? Maybe that's true. I don't know. I don't know if he's sincere or insincere. I mean, all of these people, like left or right, like whether it's Matt Walsh or Ben Shapiro, someone like Destiny, or Trevor Noah, or any sort of person you could say is like a social commentator or in the social sphere, like they all play a character online to an extent, right? So all of them to some extent will in some way be not completely genuine, because I think it's very hard for someone to be their exact self in public online, and in public in person as well, that's identical to how they are in private. Like, everyone puts on some sort of act, But I don't know. Maybe Matt Walsh is very very disingenuous, I guess is the word. But I don't know.
I'm materialistic and selfish, and that's how I want to live my life. Also, I must note here, you're not an adventurer because you spend thousands of dollars to go to different tourist spots around the globe. You want an adventure? Take 4 kids to the grocery store, okay? Adventure awaits right down the street if you do that. That qualifies as an adventure at least as much as flying down to Cancun and drinking $27 cocktails in a tourist resort. Now, the Cancun trip may be more relaxing, I admit, but I'm just tired of these childless couples acting like they're exploring the Amazon, bragging about their adventures when they're being herded like cattle from one tourist spot to the next. Anyway.
Kind of seems a bit jealous that other people are getting to do this stuff.
Back to the article, it says.
And that he has to take 4 kids to a grocery store.
Her husband feels the same way, she said. They've been together 26 years and both agreed they didn't want to have children. They've discussed it over the years, but knew the answer would always be the same, she noted. Over a quarter of adults, 27%, identified as child-free in the new study, 27%. The number dramatically exceeds previous estimates of 2 to 9% reported by earlier studies, the authors said. More than a third of child-free people, 35%, were in a partnered relationship, suggesting couples who don't want children, quote, represent an important type of family, they added. Do they, though? I mean, if you get married and choose not to have kids, your family really isn't important in a broader sense. I mean, it's important to you, but not to anyone else. Your family of 2 could break apart any time, and it would have literally no effect on society in the slightest.
Well, that's a lie. You don't know the character of their relationship, right? Like, it could be a very important relationship. I'm sure there are loads of couples out there who, if they broke up, it would have some impact on society, even if it was very small, but they don't have kids. Yeah.
When you both die, after long, there will be no trace that you ever existed except for your headstone, or that you're related.
Well, and your influence in the world. I mean, one, you don't have to have a lasting legacy in the world. Like, that's just appealing to ego. So he's clearly just putting his ego above things, which I would say is superficial. So he's kind of falling into his own trap there. But the second thing is like, no, it's not like the only way you can leave a mark on the world is by, reproducing your genetic makeup. Like, you can do good in the world. Like, you can do different forms of activism, support different things to improve the world for other individuals. You know, no matter who they are, and no matter if they're human or not. And I would say that is a better thing to do.
Relationship existed. Families with children, on the other hand, are bearing the weight of the future on our shoulders. If our families break apart, the consequences to society are immense and catastrophic, as we've seen. If we stay together, though, and raise our kids well, we've bestowed an immeasurable blessing onto civilization. I can see how that qualifies as important. I don't see how Mr. and Mrs. Lavoie down in Cancun, opting for nicer vacations and nicer cars rather than propagating the human species, are doing anything important for civilization, except by contributing to our civilization's decline, which I guess is certainly consequential, if in a negative way. Now, important to mention here also, the article and the study draw a distinction between so-called child-free couples and childless couples. Childless people are those who want children but haven't had them yet or can't have them for whatever reason. Child-free people are those who've chosen not to have them and not to adopt. So everything I'm saying here applies only to the latter, to child-free. People who want children but can't have them have been given a great burden, and I feel sorry for them. The good news is that their desire for children shows that they're not self-centered. No, and
What? What? Why do they want the kids? He just said himself, to perpetuate their own legacy. So to fulfill an egotistical desire. What the fuck? So that would suggest they're self-centered. Like, if someone doesn't have kids and just wants to live their life for themselves, you could call that self-centered. I could see how that could be called self-centered, but like, I wouldn't say it's a negative thing. It's just focusing on yourself, right? Like, I would encourage people to live in a way where they try to benefit others, but like, we're all victims of this, right? None of us chose to exist. Like, you now have a life. Now, I think it would be good if everyone who is living now, like, chose to live that in a way where they tried to benefit others. But if they just want to try and carve out a little existence that they can enjoy and then peacefully drift off at the end of it, I got no qualms with those people. Like, they just got put here. Like, they didn't choose to be here. I'm not going to victim blame these people. Not everyone has the capacity or mental willpower to commit to trying to do good for others. To be fair, I think the vast majority of people do have the capacity to do good for others, to varying degrees. But if someone just wants to, I just want to, I'm here now. I think it's shit that I was created, but I'm here now. I just want to live my life, try and enjoy it, and fade out at the end. I got no qualms with these people. Why is this guy trying to paint them out as like self-centered in a negative way? Like, fuck this guy.
They have a giving heart. And that's the pain when you're childless and don't want to be, that you have a giving heart and you're not self-centered and you want to pour this love into a family, but you can't have one for whatever reason. But as I said, the good news is that they'll find other ways to contribute to society and to make a positive impact, because that's what selfless, giving people do. The people like the Lavoies are a different story completely, and that's who we're talking about here. And as far as they go, I think 2 points should be made. First of all, it doesn't make sense, or at least doesn't convey very much, to say that child-free people are just as happy as parents. Only parents can really say whether happiness increases upon becoming a parent.
Well, no, the people who study it could say it to an accurate degree. What? And you don't have to have a kid to study this.
So if you want to know that, you got to talk to parents. They're the only ones who can attest to it, because they've experienced life as non-parents and as parents. They can testify to that experience. But a child-free person, by definition, has not experienced.
So obviously parents will be involved in that study so that you can see who is happier and more satisfied in life. But also, I'm not trying to throw shade on parents with this point, but it's just a point that I think needs to be considered. Like, it could very well be the case that people who have had kids try to, even though actually in reality it hasn't made their lives better, it could have even made their lives worse, or maybe it's just the same. They have probably a vested interest, like cognitively speaking, to want to tell themselves in their mind that it was worthwhile. Like, they don't want to have gone through childbirth, raising the child, financially supporting this child, all of that sort of stuff, and then it not have been for anything for them as well, right? Like, they're a testament, if that is a word, to being happier could be skewed. Like, it could be coming from a place of it could be coming from a place of incredulity, if you get what I mean. I just realized that I haven't been paying attention to the bingo, so let's just go through and see if he's picked any. So he hasn't done taxes, he hasn't said extinction. No. He did actually say this one. He said selfish people don't have kids, or he said it's selfish not to have kids, right? I think we can have that one. If anyone disagrees, put it in the chat, but I will be ignoring you because I am correct. No, I'm joking. I'll look at what you say. Your ideology will die with you. Who will take care of you when you're old? So you want to kill all humans? Adoption is too expensive. Stop forcing people to not have kids. Our purpose is to procreate. You need mental help. Your movement is anti-human. Stop forcing people to not have kids. No, sorry. Our purpose is to procreate. Has he said that? I think he might have, but I can't remember, so I'll leave it off.
Okay. Parenthood.
Hey, Masuya is here. Hey, Masuya.
doesn't know its joys, and cannot know what they're missing. As someone who myself has experienced adult life both with kids and without them, I would say that my happiness, you could look at it this way. My happiness cup may have been, nearly full before I had kids, but when I had them, the cup itself grew larger. So there was a greater capacity now for happiness. What I mean is I may have been mostly satisfied with my life before kids, but that's because I didn't know about the deeper and greater joys that were available through parenthood until I had experienced them.
Oh, so he's using his own personal satisfaction as a reason for imposing suffering and death on someone else. That seems classy to me.
The other thing about the happiness of family life is that you can access more and more of it as you grow in virtue yourself, which means that, as far as my case goes, there's a whole lot of happiness that I myself have not yet accessed, because I'm still working on the virtue part of it. But any selfish person can enjoy a vacation, and that's fine. There's nothing selfish about vacations. Vacations are good. But the happiness you derive is easy. It's surface level. It's fleeting. That's what vacation is all about. You don't go on vacation to put in an effort. That's why vacation is there. The happiness of parenthood and of marriage, for that matter, is found, though, through service and sacrifice. This means you have to put in the effort to become a better person.
But he seems to be trying to claim that marriage and having children, you put in this effort and you just gain this sort of unique benefit that can't be found anywhere else. Like, it's just this thing that, no one else can know until they've tried it. But it's like, there's loads of things in life he wouldn't have tried. How does he know that those things don't bring similar happiness? And he can't say whether they do because he hasn't tried them by his own logic. So I feel like he's just kind of chatting out his ass.
And the reward is that you'll find deeper and deeper joy in loving someone else. Because the joy, there is a lot.
The reason he doesn't have to say anything logical is because he knows that everyone that's watching will agree with him. Because he's basically just throwing red meat to his base.
Joy in loving someone else. But it doesn't come automatically to most people. You have to learn how to find joy in that. On the other hand, if you get married and you have kids, and yet you remain a selfish, spoiled, self-entitled brat like so many people do, then you'll be just as miserable in family life as you were before, and over time you'll be quite a bit more miserable. And there are people, I'm not going to deny that these people exist, who will say that, sometimes quite openly, say that they regret having kids. It's not common, but people talk about this. They regret having kids, they regret starting a family. And what you're going to find every single time with these kinds of people is that they are very selfish and immature, and they never grew. They refused to grow.
Bollocks.
They thought that the joys of parenthood would just come raining down from the sky. They thought it would be presented to them as easy as that $27 cocktail at the resort. Someone's just going to hand it to them, and they can sip from it, and it's a nice, easy, relaxing thing. It's not. You got to work for it. You have to go get it. That's the best joys in life. You have to make your way through pain and suffering to get to them. And then once you're there, you know. Second point, though, finally, about this label child-free. If you want to understand how grotesque this label is, that the media uses casually, child-free. Well, just imagine how people would react if a father said that his children are all straight and described that as gay-free parenting. I got a gay-free family. It's great. This is awesome. What if someone said that? He would certainly be admonished for describing gayness as...
No, because if you highlight the fact that your children aren't gay, it's clearly showing a homophobia, like a bigotry towards gay people, right? Which... okay, if someone wants to be homophobic, but they're not going around actually harming people, then like, okay, whatever. I think you're being a dick and you've got like dodgy opinions, but like whatever, you have your opinions. Be that guy. But like, it like highlighting that in your child clearly shows that you have you have some sort of negative view of homosexuality, right? But defining yourself as child-free doesn't mean you have a negative view of parenthood or children. It just means you don't personally want that for yourself, because it's a big commitment, etc., etc. All the reasons why people want to be child-free. Now, someone may be child-free and have a negative view of children and parenting. That's up to them, but it's not implied by the fact that you're child-free. Whereas saying that your family is gay-free, like, come on. The only reason you're saying that is because you basically don't like, you wouldn't like it if your child was gay. Like, I don't see what other reason you would be saying that for.
It's a disease, that you can be free of, like cancer. And yet that's exactly how we treat children themselves. Like they are a disease that we could be free of. When, of course, they're not. And family life with raising children, immense happiness, immense joy, if you put in the work. And so, the child-free movement and the media that promotes it because they're looking ultimately for the extinction of the human race, they are all today canceled. Listen, hit that subscribe button. Right.
Okay, right at the end there, he mentioned extinction. We'll go extinct if we stop having kids. Do you think that counts? I mean, he didn't exactly say it, but I think he like, I think we could probably sign that off. Let me know what you think, but like, I think we could sign that off. But yeah, let me know. Yeah, Kupo's saying it was strongly implied. Exactly. Now, I think it's either time for, I think maybe we do one more video or maybe two more, see how they go. I think it's time for racism and Nazism, or a blessing for humanity. Which one do you think? And people are saying that it counts. Yeah, I'm going to count it. While I'm adding that to the bingo chart, which one do you guys want to do next? I'm a blessing for humanity, or racism and Nazism? Okay. Oh, and while you're deciding, we've got a row with 3 out of 5 on. So we just need someone to say you're going to die alone and stop forcing people to not have kids. I don't know if we're going to get those ones, Okay, we've got racism, Nazism. We've got 3 for racism and Nazism, and we've got 1 for humanity. So I think it's going to be... I think it's going to have to be the racism, Nazism one. Okay, so that's playing for everyone. So obviously we know that they're going to get called racist and Nazis in this. So when editing the video, they obviously put this in that the population is white, because I'm assuming they're going to be, because the people that I've seen, and not everyone in Stop Having Kids is white, obviously, but I'm guessing the people at this demo were probably all or majority white, given they were called this, because that's just usually the way it goes. So I'm guessing they put that in to say, like, we're not in a place where there's loads of non-white people, and we're not like, and it's not like we're going to those places and promoting that message, which I think is fine if you did. Like, I think this message is race neutral. Like, I get for PR it might not be the best look, but in terms of the actual like legitimacy of the message, it's exactly the same in whatever place you do it, no matter the racial makeup. But I get that if it's generally one racial group going into another area where it's generally another racial group and promoting a specific message, even if that message is not relevant to race, people in the media and just humans in general, because humans and the media are generally dicks, will pick up on that. Okay, hang on. Let's just go back and see what signs they were holding up. So they have, let's help those who exist and are in need, normalize antinatalism, and women can, I'm assuming that says be whole without being a mum.
Hello. Would you like a flyer for Stop Having Kids?
Yeah, but what it's about, but stop having kids, what does that mean?
Stop having kids. What does that mean? What do you what do you think it means?
Just cut down on.
Oh, so we're trying to encourage people to think critically about having children. We're not trying to promote or ever enact any kind of control over anyone's life or their body, but we're trying to inspire critical and compassionate thinking, which to us would be not bringing more humans into existence, and instead prioritizing already existing humans who are in need of help and already existing non-human animals too. We have about 8 billion humans, over half the world's living in dire poverty. Climate change is just going to get worse and worse. There's just so many inherent cruelties and dangers inherent in the world. And we're trying to destigmatize a lot of things that, that people don't like to really talk about, like abortion and parenthood regret and gender role nonconformity. So yeah, trying to open up these conversations of these really important issues that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
Trying to turn it into a movement and everything, so.
But the stop having kids is not a good, I understand what you're saying, I think it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem like a good, people are going to shut that down before they listen, unfortunately.
Some people are, yeah, but that's with anything. A lot of what do you think about the Black Lives Matter name?
I mean, it's about time.
But do you like the name?
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, yeah, see, a lot of people do though. A lot of
people are like, all lives matter.
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Black lives need to matter.
Yes, yes, and that's what we're saying is there's always going to be people who say that you're protesting the wrong way or that something's not the right way, but the message is still clear, so.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, it made me stop because I thought, well, obviously we're going to continue procreating, but that's not what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. We know that we're going to continue procreating. We're just trying to influence as many people as possible to make better, more responsible decisions.
Take care of who we have.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, I'm going to read it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for standing here in this hot weather.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna jump ahead to see if there's anyone like.
And at the very least, we want people to question having kids because most people don't even do it. They think that it's like an obligation they have to do by living.
Yeah.
Would you like a flyer?
I'm child-free myself.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you gotta check out the website then.
Yeah, I will.
Woo!
Get out of here. Because the people you think are having too many kids are Native Americans like me. No. Oh, wow.
Can you explain yourself?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is me, Minnesota.
Why does this woman think that it's personally aimed at her? I don't get that. Like, her ego must be so big.
And this is a racist, a Nazi who pretends to be helping people.
How about you?
Bring into a world, into kids. Why bring kids into a world you distract yourself from? Oh, interesting. What does this say? Women can be whole without becoming a.
I gotta say, all these people that like, I mean, okay, yeah, the videos are picked because the people are cringy, but like these people are so embarrassing. Like they just embarrass themselves. Like they don't have they don't seem emotionally mature. Like if I was walking through the street and I saw people protesting about something that I like deeply cared about and had affected me personally, I would not be getting this like emotionally caught up in it. Like these are just fucking people on the street. Like, okay, go have a conversation with them, try to change their mind, see what they're saying. But like, why are you getting so emotionally caught up with it? Like, this is the exact point that people in Stop Having Kids are saying. Like, people don't have the emotional maturity that, I mean, let's just assume you're gonna have a kid, right? given that's going to happen, people should have the emotional maturity to be able to raise that kid. But people don't. Like, a lot of people, it seems to me, like, I don't know, I've not looked at studies or whatever, but it seems to me like a lot of people learn on the job. A lot of people mature a lot through having kids. That is a fucking risky way of doing it.
Mom, hey, can I ask those who exist in
Wait, stop. Let her read the signs. Let her read the signs and explain.
You're racist. Get off my
Explain how this is racist. Explain how this is racist. Explain. Explain.
Look up what happened in World War II. You punk-ass kid. I don't like Nazis who pretend to help others and try to make minorities not have children.
And how is this pretend? And how are we Nazis? And how are we racist?
You don't even understand.
How are we Nazis?
Why do you want to stop having kids? I'm curious.
Why do we want people to stop having kids?
Yeah.
First off, it's just not necessary. No one who doesn't exist wants to come into existence because they just don't exist. We already have 8 billion humans. We have so many humans and other animals in need. We have, just in the United States foster care alone, we have about 500,000 kids. We have about 600,000 houseless people, millions of non-human animals. I think we should be using the resources if we want to care for other life than our own. I think we should be using the resources we have to care for already existing life. And also, it's to get the conversation started. Like, a lot of people don't even question having kids. They're under the assumption that they have to follow a certain path throughout life, like going to college, getting married, settling down in a house, having kids. And we want people to realize that, like, there's other valid ways to live. You don't have to do like what your parents and society like tells you how to live, tells you to do. So we want people to realize that birth is an ability, not an obligation. And yeah, I mean, it's by bringing another human into existence that's just going to exacerbate problems, that human-caused problems that we all are, part of, and it's, putting them in a.
This reminds me of when I used to do like street outreach for animal rights stuff, and like I got to the point when I just had like a script in my head. When someone asked me a question, I was just like bam, 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 and I had like certain phrases that I would always tuck in there, like how Dietz said, birth is an ability, not an obligation. Like that's on one of their signs, right? Like it's a preset sort of phrase that, or whatever, saying like set of words that he like gets in there. It reminds me, I used to do that when I did animal rights stuff.
Really unsafe position. I mean, we got climate change, lots of discrimination, sexual violence is very.
Well, that's a really dour view of the world.
Dour?
Yeah, I mean that's a.
Is it unrealistic?
No, I think you can look at things in a spectrum, and
yeah, I do
a very
that.
Negative view of the world.
Is talking about negative about negative things in the world a negative view?
No, but if that's what the focus of, if you don't want to have kids because you think that it's an unsafe environment to bring children into, then that's a negative view of the environment.
1 in 3 women
are good, and that that part of what God called us to do is procreate. Then you would believe that it is fine to have children.
God has never said one word to any of us. That's just the Bible that you're talking about. That's words written by humans. I'm not going to live my life according to some random book that some humans read.
Okay, random book. Okay, well, that's fine then. Then we're at a completely different place.
Yeah, because you don't want to be realistic, and I do, so that's where we differ.
I think maybe Dietz like shut down the conversation there, but like whatever.
Yeah, and we have a lot more in the bag too if you want to join us.
Okay.
Or if you want to look through them.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a double-sided one, so.
Yeah.
What you think?
To encourage people to really reconsider having kids. We have a lot of beings on this planet who don't even have their basic.
There's Ashley. I don't know if she's still watching the stream, but Ashley is featured in the stream. If no one knows, if anyone doesn't know who Ashley is, yeah, she's there in the chat now. She's I've done a couple of videos with her. We did one on intersectionality, and we did one on should antinatalists be in vegan spaces. I think we've just done those two, right? I think we've only done two. But I'm sure we'll do like more in the future. And yeah, you can find Ashley on like different social medias. Yeah, no, Ashley's great. Everyone should go follow her and check out her stuff.
So we should care for already existing life. And climate change is getting increasingly worse.
I agree.
So what kind of world are we leaving for the future generations? It's just better to be child free and take care of others and do what you can to help your community and live your life the way you want.
It's late for me. I've got 10 grandchildren, but I only had 2 children.
Wow, see, exactly, yeah. And from one kid, like so much can happen even.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a scary world. You know?
Rose says that they've seen one of the videos that I did with Ashley and it was great. Nice. Which one was it? Was it the intersectionality one or was it the vegan one?
We're up against a lot. I mean, 1 in 3 women experience sexual assault, which is alarming.
Okay, that's it. I'll hold the sign up here for you.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
What a legend.
bunch over here if you want to, unless you want one of these.
What about China? They've got sort of they're overpopulated now.
Everyone is.
But they're gonna end up with an elderly population that there's no population to care for. How is that?
Oh, so even though this guy is nice and he's joined them, he is still asking questions. And he did ask this one, didn't he? Who will take care of you when you're old? Like, that's basically what he's asking, right? He was saying, like, you know, who is going to look after the old people? So I think we can say that. And yeah, he wasn't saying it in a combative way. Like, this guy seems nice, but I'm getting desperate to, like, tick off some more now. So I'm going to count that.
How's that factor into?
I'm sure they'll figure it out. Like, you know, I don't think we should be bringing humans in as a means to an end, just to provide, like, just to wipe people's asses and stuff when they get older. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's part of the care.
Right.
So.
Well, the Chinese aren't exactly white people, but.
No.
But yeah, I see. Yeah.
But
my mother-in-law is cared for by a lot of brown-skinned people.
Yeah. A lot of people, when they are cared for in their elderly ages, they're not being cared for by their kids. That's just some of the time. And it's like, it's not a burden you should put on someone. If they want to volunteer to do it, like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Another human being is not an insurance policy.
But no one's obligated. Like, no one asked to come into this existence and sign up for all this stuff. But we also think that there should be ways for humans to go peacefully. You know, like from euthanasia. We shouldn't have to watch ourselves deteriorate and make others watch us deteriorate if we would like to go peacefully. I mean, I'd rather, if I had some like horrible disease that was going to get progressively worse every week.
Yeah, 100%. I'm really hoping that by the time that, I mean, who knows when I'm going to die, but like hopefully it'll be when I'm like older. I'm hoping by that time, like the right to die is like around in the UK. Well, hopefully it will be around everywhere, but like hopefully it'll be around, like it will be an option in the UK, like when I get to that stage, because like fuck going through like the horrible part of the end of like your life.
It would get to a point where it's like, okay, I want to go now because it's already so bad now and I don't want it to keep getting worse. And I think we should have that right instead of having to like shoot ourselves or, you know, cut ourselves or jump off.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that we need in China, here, everywhere.
We're antinatalists. We believe in not bringing any more children into the world when there are 500,000 children in the foster care system as is. There's 600,000 houseless people.
So who's your prominent focus? Like, who are you really? I'm just wondering why you're in this.
Yeah, Rose saying that they expanded the laws of euthanasia in Canada, and what the fuck? You know when I don't know if any of you guys have ever burned your hair, but you know when you burn it and it feels kind of rough? I feel like the back of my head feels like that. When the fuck did I burn my... The fuck? Yeah, Ro is saying that they heard in Canada they expanded the laws around euthanasia and now there's a lot of debate around it. I heard that as well. I've seen some conservative outlets pointing at Canada as like the slippery slope, and how they're sort of like suggesting people get euthanized when they have like very minor ailments. But like, I don't know how accurate their reporting has been. I've just seen like some headlines come up, and then I've watched some videos that they produced. But honestly, I haven't looked into the situation in Canada really at all, so I don't know what the situation is there. I don't know if there's anyone from Canada in the chat. I know Mark was earlier, but I don't know if he's still around. But if anyone knows what the situation is in Canada, then yeah, pop something in the chat. And Mag says, cool hoodie. Yeah, it's a, I mean, can you see that? It's a Joy Division hoodie. I don't know if everyone knows who Joy Division were. I can do a quick little history. So basically, Joy Division were a really good band that was around like a few decades ago, and they were around for a very short time. They were from Manchester in the UK, and basically they were just a group of lads, and they made 2 albums, and then they stopped because their lead singer, or their singer, Ian Curtis, killed himself. And then they sort of then went through a transition period and became this new group called New Order. And New Order as well made lots of famous songs like Blue Monday and Age of Consent and stuff. But Joy Division were like, for the amount of songs they made and the time they were around, they had a very large influence on music generally. They were very influential. A lot of people cite them as idols, or an influence of their own music, and they look up to people like Ian Curtis or Peter Hook. Yeah, they packed a really big punch. Their most famous song that I'm sure everyone will know, even if they don't know they know it, is Love Will Tear Us Apart, which, I would say is like one of, if not the best love song ever written. It's a much more accurate representation of how love can be than the sort of rose-tinted, Hollywood, sugar-coated view that often is put out. But yeah, everyone should look up Joy Division. They're really good. Obviously, they're not around anymore, but yeah, I would have loved to see them live, but I wasn't around when they were. But yeah, I could talk for ages about Joy Division, but that is not the point of the stream. But yeah, Mag, if you want to share in the chat what your favorite Joy Division song is, because I'd be interested to know. I can tell you what mine is, but then if I tell you, I want to tell like the reason, and I would just start rambling. Cool. Kupo says, very inaccurate reporting. The systems put in place are very strict and focuses on redundancy, so that every person knows exactly what they're doing, and so no one is being pushed into it. Well, good. If that is the case, then it's good that it's set up like that, because to be honest, like, I'm a big advocate for right to die, but when I saw some of the reporting that these people were putting out, I was like, yeah, that does seem a bit iffy, like, if they're doing it like that. But also because I knew that they were conservative outlets, and they generally tend to disagree with euthanasia anyway, I was kind of like, okay, they're probably, maybe not willfully misrepresenting it, but they probably didn't go the extra mile to actually get like the full facts, if you get what I mean. So Maga's said that her favorite song is Disorder. That's a fucking tune. But that's not my favorite song. That is one of my favorite songs by them. It's a tune. I remember one time I lived in Sweden for a year. It was actually where I became vegan and antinatalist. And there was a club there which played like alternative and sort of, like alternative music. And they used to play like the Smiths, and the Smiths are my favorite band. And they sometimes, they played New Order, they played Joy Division. And I remember one time I was in this club and Disorder came on, and I literally lost my shit. I was like so pumped because ordinary clubs, like I just can't bear them. The music there is so shit. Like I really don't vibe with most of modern music. So when I was in this club and Joy Division came on and it was Disorder, I just went fucking mental. And yeah, it's from Unknown Pleasures. Yeah. Yeah, Atmosphere is a very good one as well. Depends what you call love for me. Yeah, cool. Cool. Okay, I won't tell you the story, but my favorite song by them is Transmission. Yeah, I love Transmission's such a good song. But it's never come on when I've been in a club, which is a shame.
Because this is extremely different than who you should be targeting.
Why do you say that?
You're in one of the most richest neighborhoods.
Rich doesn't mean a thing. 1 in 3 women get raped, and especially in...
Interesting. That is very interesting.
So do you think...
doesn't mean a thing.
Oh, I'm not saying it doesn't mean a thing, but I just think there's more people that you could get.
So you think that people in poverty shouldn't have kids, but if you have,
that's not what I'm
if you
saying
have
at all.
money,
You can put a voice into me, but that is not what I'm saying.
What are you
at all.
saying? Just explain to us what you're saying.
Well,
we would.
I just think, yeah, you're filming.
I'm full of shit. How are we full of shit? You're not even willing to have a conversation. You just wanted to say I'm rich, so why are you telling us not to have kids?
Congratulations for
They
being
just wanted
rich.
to flex.
I'm not rich. That's the best part.
You're classist, though. You're at least classist.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you must not.
You don't have to be rich to be classist.
I wonder where you came from. Your mom.
You don't have to be rich to be classist. And yeah, I came from my mom. What are you trying to say?
Didn't have consent.
What do you mean?
Why would you put this here?
It should go anywhere humans exist.
Why?
Why not?
I have 3 children.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Life.
Really?
Yes, they do.
And what about...
I'm adopted, so this is really offensive.
And how do...
It's offensive.
Look at that. Let's help those who exist and are in need.
Having a conversation, you seem extremely defensive.
Ridiculous.
Right, can you...
understand you're making assumptions and you don't know what
We
you're
actually have a sign that says that
about women and mothers.
These are all assumptions? All these things are assumptions?
Climate change is false. We should be bringing kids into a dying planet.
People don't get pressured into having kids?
You guys are in the wrong market.
People don't get pressured into having kids?
I think that you don't realize.
Hey, Tiny Soul.
I don't think you realize that you're the man. Down with the patriarchy.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it.
We've had enough.
I know, I've had mine filled.
I bet you have.
I believe it.
We just had a woman tell us there's nothing wrong with the world.
And she
I
asked
couldn't
why
believe
we were
it.
standing here.
She doesn't get it.
No.
No, not at all.
And she said, like, she has 3 kids and they all have amazing...
Okay, this woman seems very affable. So, and for anyone that doesn't know what affable means, it's like it's a good thing. So I don't think we're going to get anything from her. Okay, let's do one more and then we can round things off. Let's do I'm a Blessing to Humanity.
Hey, how are you?
Is this an Austin thing, or is it your thing, or is it like a national thing?
It's a grassroots thing, so yeah, there's not like a group right now in Austin, but we're just out here right now doing it. So it's in different cities. If anyone wanted to start one in Austin, they could.
All right.
But it's really basic. You just print out this kind of stuff and you just stand out here with it and have conversations. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'll answer your question.
Yo, what?
I will answer your question.
Oh, yeah. So what is one unselfish reason to have children?
To leave the world better when you leave the world.
Really?
Yes.
How is that done?
Well, when I die, my children will continue doing good in the world when I'm not there.
What have you done and what will they do?
I'm not going to tell you my life story or their life story because they're unborn, but that's the reason.
Well, you have no guarantee of what your kid is going to do if you view them as that sort of form of activism. But like you exist, you have control over what you do. So like, you should do good in the world. But like, why create someone else for them to do good in the world? Like, you can do it. You have no guarantee that they're going to do it. And someone might say, oh, but when you die, you will not be doing good in the world anymore. But you have your whole life to convince other people to also do good in the world. Like, it's not the only way that you can hand over the baton of activism is to force it upon a child, right? You can convince other people to do it. Like, again, I use like one example. Like, look at someone like Gary Yourofsky. He changed thousands of people to become vegan and become activists, right? Like, to my knowledge, he doesn't have any kids. I think he is antinatalist as well, but he hasn't really spoken about it publicly. But yeah, it's like we can just hand the baton on by like trying to convince others. And someone might say, oh, well, what if you don't convince other people? Okay, well, one, you have your whole lifetime to do it, so you will convince some people. And two, there's no guarantee that your kid will do it, even if you have a kid. So, like, it swings both ways.
Okay, yeah, so we're Stop Having Kids. We're here for a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is to encourage people to not have kids and to kind of normalize that mentality, like be open about talking about it with other people. And we're trying to inspire people to care for life that's already here right now and in need, if they do want to care for life other than themselves. So, you know, fostering, adopting houseless people, non-human animals, etc. There's all kinds of things we can do without bringing someone into existence, which isn't gonna, you're not doing anyone a favor by bringing them into existence, and you're not harming or depriving anyone by not bringing them into existence. So with there being so much life that's here right now and in need, we just think that's like almost like a common sense, just kind of decent thing to do if you have the means and the will. And then, yeah, parenthood regret is actually one of the most common regrets adults experience. So if people...
Is that true? I didn't. If it is, that's actually surprising to me. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Could just talk more openly about that. Like someone even today told us about that, like that they regret having a kid. If people could just talk about that, way less people would be having kids in the first place.
So White Cow has just said in the chat that they'd be interested if I used ChatGPT to provide answers to some questions on antinatalism. Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know, this is like an AI that people have been exploring things with recently. Sorry, there's a hiccup. And it's been like a bit of a trend. Yeah, I am planning to do that. I'm planning to do like a video involving an AI, but I won't say like everything. But yeah, it's in the near future.
So we're obviously out here, you know, not sugarcoating anything. We're just like sharing like honest ideas and stuff, and that's what we're trying to encourage other people to do. Just be open, honest, transparent. Because like they, yeah, thank you. And then yeah, it kind of, thank you.
We're on that team.
Thank you. But yeah, it's we just think this is like one of the best ways to get the message out, like being out here in person, because there's people like you who will come and talk to us, and then even more so, there's people who will see us and just talk to the people that.
Damn, it's kind of, in the nicest way possible, it's kind of annoying when Dietz talks so much because he's. I can't tick off bingo things from what he says. I need the other person to talk so I can tick off bingo things, damn it.
You never know where the conversations go. And sometimes it'll be like a group of people or a couple people, and one will be like against us and one will be for us, and then they have that conversation that they wouldn't have had otherwise. And then yeah, oftentimes you wouldn't believe how often someone, like at first they seem like totally against us and they hear us out and they're actually like, that makes sense, like I agree with that. So yeah. Yeah. And there's like a lot of causes that I care about, and there's like other causes that like I participate in, like to try to change. But I feel the most strongly about.
That'll be an interesting one. So apart from antinatalism, and I'm going to say apart from veganism as well, because I'm assuming most people that are watching are going to be vegan as well, what's another issue that you care about and have done like activism for? Or maybe you haven't done activism for, but you care about it a lot, apart from antinatalism and veganism?
This because this gets to the root of all issues.
You're right.
So this is like the best way, in my opinion, one of the best ways in my opinion to practically reduce suffering. So that's
Okay, you can't have the right to die either because we've already talked about that.
But it's really
Reducing humans means reducing suffering.
yeah, because like for example, you can't suffer if you don't come into existence, and you can't cause others to suffer if you're.
And that's like I in my own community, being a mother of 3 is a lot.
Yeah.
But like in my own community, respecting, acknowledging, making people aware of how you can parent people that aren't kids.
Yeah.
How you can mentor and foster relationships.
That's what we.
with people who aren't related to you.
Yeah.
And I do, like in my community, I am, want to make sure that I empower women to live the lives that.
So, Mag has said, I protested against the abortion ban in Poland unsuccessfully. Yeah, I was watching that on the news. I mean, I'm not sure about like the specific protest you did, but like I was like seeing the story on the news. Yeah, I was in Poland recently, actually, maybe a couple of months ago. I got a friend who has an apartment out there, and she took a group of us out there because she'd been vegan for 10 years, so she wanted to like have a little celebration. Ro has said freedom from religion is a problem where I'm from. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you're from, and obviously you don't have to say, but yeah, so like atheism and freedom from religion and like secularism was, I would say, like the first issue that I became like very passionate about. I spent basically like all of my teenage years like watching debates on it, debating people about it and stuff like that. Sid says Planned Parenthood. I'm assuming what Sid means there is like access to contraception, family planning, abortion, etc.
Yeah. That's with children or not. So that normalization, even from a very traditional mom of 3 perspective, which was a difficult decision for us.
Like it's called Evergiving.
I am not a parent with regrets. I have zero regrets. I value life, and I also value agency and autonomy.
Yeah, so do we.
And I think that, that's the thing. When you talk about less suffering and less life, I think that's the philosophical point that where we diverge. Because you say, well, there would be less suffering if we had humans. And I said, yes, but there would be less joy. And so that's kind of where...
Less joy, what do you mean?
If there were fewer humans, there would be less joy.
What do you mean by that?
Well, human suffering, if people are suffering, life is not simply a landscape of suffering. Life is also a landscape of joy.
Yeah, but not for everyone, and oftentimes the suffering outweighs the joy. And
I think that's an assumption you're making. That's an assumption. The assumption you're making is that suffering outweighs.
well, it's an assumption because I can't prove it, but I think if it was provable, I think that's where.
Well, I think they've done research about that. And if you think about depression and anxiety and mental health, and if
they're very common.
Right, but they're not the majority. It's 8%, it's 12%, it's not 80. I think the point of contention that we're disagreeing on is the value of joy.
Well, the joy, but if someone doesn't come into experience whatever said joy, they're not being deprived or harmed by missing out.
Have you talked to a lot of people who have been raped?
Yeah, I have, and all my partners have. Every partner I've ever had has been raped.
And do they say, I wish I'd never been born?
Yeah, they all wish they were never born.
Then I don't know the same rape victims that you know.
Well, of course you don't.
Hang on. So there's people who already exist and they've been raped, but presumably they've sort of, it hasn't caused this sort of existential inner anguish where they actively sort of regret having existed. This then means that we can create other people and put them at risk of being raped. What the fuck? What kind of logic is that?
There's billions of rape victims.
Yeah, but what happens is your view is based on your inputs. And if you talk to rape victims who say, I wish I'd never been born, and I talk to rape victims who have found joy in
but I'm not. I'm just talking about people in general. Like, you don't have to be raped to. I mean, I wish I was never born. I've never been raped.
I'm just thinking about trauma. I'm thinking about generational trauma.
Everyone has.
Right.
Okay, so if she's thinking about generational trauma. Generational trauma. Why create the new generations for them to inherit trauma? Like, that makes no sense.
Like, life is guaranteed trauma. Everyone experiences trauma. So you could avoid putting trauma on someone by not bringing them into existence, and you can decrease someone's trauma potentially by helping someone who already exists right now.
Okay. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's very thought-provoking.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, she was oh right, it's not the end of the video.
So top of them having kids, facts, dude. Let's stop dumping our problems onto future generations. Hell yeah. Adoption shouldn't be a lost result. Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
That's the best sign I've ever seen.
Yeah, you like it?
I do.
Awesome.
Planet Earth is not just an Earth where we're just born and work and die. It's actually a school. It's a place where souls come to live in physical bodies and come here to learn.
I've heard people say this before, about like life is a like an arena of learning where there are sort of like souls out there that inhabit a body, go through life and learn, and then they, I don't know what they think happens afterwards. I've heard a few people say that. In fact, I had a discussion with a guy called Johnny, and it's on my channel. It's called I can't remember the exact title, but it's about he's like a libertarian, and every person, including him, that I've spoken to who thinks that, got there through the use of psychedelics, which is really interesting.
And if you're trying to stop life, it's interrupting the school. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. You don't have to believe me, but that.
Humans have been around for 200,000 years, and like whatever school we're in is not teaching us anything because we keep repeating the same mistakes. We're still harming each other. We're still harming animals.
We're not blocking any souls from coming here. I mean, people, there's like 380. Yeah, but so is every single person who doesn't have kids. They're stopping souls. There's 380,000 kids born every day. We're just a few people holding signs. And we're giving people more choices. A lot of people think that like it's a
like maybe you should like change it somehow. Like put like maybe you should think about doing like a certain amount of number. Not like.
We're anti-natalist. We're against human procreation.
Some people think.
Yeah, but that's not we're just expressing our minds. We're not that. I mean, of course, we think.
I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fuck, I swear, like the past couple of videos, we have gotten nothing on this bingo chart. Damn.
I worry about that kind of stuff. Like, if too many people start like not having kids, like.
It's not a bad thing. No one should have kids if they don't want to.
Yeah.
We're not the center of the universe. There's millions of other species.
Right.
We're the ones who are kind of ruining it for everyone. So.
I used to feel that way. I did.
Yeah.
But I think my life is a gift.
I spoke too soon. Life is a gift. Boom. This lady saved the day. What a legend. Life is a gift. Have we got about half? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so there's 14 none. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay, we've only got 10 across. Okay, so there's still more that we haven't done than we have done. Fuck. I don't think we're going to make it,
Yeah. You're welcome.
Despite all the misery, that I've endured in my life, it served a purpose, and I'm enlightened.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly enlightened, and there's a lot of people that would be very sad because I was almost aborted. That would be extremely sad if I was never born.
What would they be sad about if they don't even know you? There's.
The people that do know me, they're like, well, I'm glad, or my dad.
But they wouldn't have known you, so they wouldn't be sad. It's like people will be sad when you die because they knew you. People are not going to be sad because you're not born because they didn't know you. You weren't here, so it doesn't really
All
make
I
any
know
sense.
is that I'm a blessing on this planet. That's
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think every human being is a blessing.
Yeah, I strongly disagree with that, but
Yeah.
you can believe whatever you want.
Okay.
Need help with anything?
Oh, no, that's okay.
Hey, quick question. How were you guys here? How did you guys make it to Earth?
We were born.
You were born, right? Because your mothers had kids, right?
Yeah.
So why are you, like,
Did we ask to be here?
huh?
Did we ask to be here?
But you're proud to be here, right?
No, why would we?
So
What's,
why don't you
what's
go
there to
jump
be
off a
proud
bridge
of?
and kill yourself?
We got another one. Why don't you kill yourself? Boom. With the man in the big coat. What a legend. So we got 12 now. That brings 14 down to 12. So we're half and half. We got half of them crossed off. This man is saved the
Why are
day.
you saying that? Why would you suggest that?
People to stop having kids.
What does that have to do with telling people to kill themselves?
Hey, look, listen. You just.
How is me not having kids the same
But
thing
watch
as
this,
telling someone to
watch
kill
this.
themselves?
You just said, did I ask to be here? Right? Meaning you didn't ask to be here. Meaning you didn't want to be here. So if you don't want to be here, go kill yourself.
You were because I don't
go
want to
kill
be here.
yourself.
Why? Why do you want me to kill
Go
myself
kill
so bad?
yourself.
Why do you want me to kill myself so
Go
bad?
kill yourself.
Why? Why do you want me to kill
Why are you
myself
telling
so
people
bad?
to stop having kids?
I'm not telling people to kill themselves. Why are you telling people to kill themselves?
Because I really don't like you motherfuckers. Why y'all
Why
telling
you don't
people to
even
stop
know
having
anything
kids?
about us?
I don't give a fuck.
We didn't tell
That's
anyone
why.
to stop having kids. That's just what our sign says.
Motherfuckers, y'all some fucking clowns.
That's your opinion.
You can't say nothing.
We're not starting shit with anyone. We're not starting shit with anyone. This is always. We're not starting shit with anyone. This is totally peaceful what we
I don't
do.
like that. Go somewhere else and set that shit up.
This is a public gathering.
Go kill yourself then. If you want people to stop having kids, go kill yourself.
What does that have to do with killing yourself? I'm not telling anyone to
You
kill
said,
themselves, so why
did
would
I
you tell
ask
me
to
to kill
be here?
myself?
Did I ask to be here? Meaning you didn't want to be here. So if you don't want to fucking be here, go kill
A
yourself.
lot of people don't want to be here.
Go kill yourself.
Are you going to tell everyone who doesn't want to be here to kill
yourself.
themselves? Why?
Go kill yourself. Go kill yourself. And you better not touch me. I'm going to whoop your ass. You better not touch me. I'm chilling right here.
Touching you, you're like.
Go set that shit up somewhere else.
Yeah, let's
if you
just-
got a
let's
problem,
just-
the police right in there. Go get the police.
Yeah, let's just go somewhere
Yeah,
else.
let's
'cause
just go
you're the most
somewhere else.
disrespectful person
Yeah,
we've
I don't
ever
give a
had doing
fuck.
this.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't know
Yeah, you're
anything
gonna remember
about
me.
us.
I don't give a fuck. Go set it up somewhere else. Go kill yourself.
Go
Guys
kill
wearing
myself?
Yeah, go kill all yourselves.
You want everyone who
You
wishes
didn't want
they
to be
weren't
here,
born to
right?
kill themselves?
You didn't ask to be here. Go jump off a fucking bridge and kill yourself.
What?
This is mad. Like, how can people are just not emotionally stable? This is crazy.
Hey, you don't even know me. Why do you want me to kill
Go
myself
set
so
up
bad?
somewhere else. Excuse me, I'm trying to walk. This is in my way. Excuse me, I'm trying to walk.
We're
This is in
packing
my
our
way.
stuff up.
It's in my way. I'm trying to walk. Excuse me.
Why are you being
Can
so
you please?
violent?
I'm trying to walk. Excuse me.
Look at all this space. Look
Excuse
at all
me.
this space. Look at all this
Excuse
space
me.
you have.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Look at all this space
Thank
you
you
have.
so much. I'm not going to walk around. Pick it up and go somewhere else. I'm not going to walk around. Excuse me, I'm trying to walk. Excuse me, I can't
guy's a
get through.
top dickhead.
Excuse me.
Really? You don't know how to use the space?
Go somewhere
You don't
else.
know how to use all this space?
Go fucking kill yourself.
My God.
You
So
look
much
mad.
hate. Why do you have
look
so
real
much
angry.
hate?
What do you want to do?
There's so much
Let
hate.
your anger out. What do you want to do? You look real angry, sir. You look real angry.
We know who's really angry. We were totally peaceful. We didn't come and start
Thank
shit
you.
with
Have
anyone.
a great day. Thank you. Have a
But
great
you went
day.
from
Thank you.
you went from saying
Have
kill
a great
yourself to
day.
have a
Thank
great
you.
day. From
Yep.
kill yourself
No,
to have a
go
great
kill
day. Which one
yourself.
is it?
Go
Which
have
one
a
is
great
it? Is
day.
it have a
Kill
great day or
yourself.
kill yourself?
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you.
Really? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure you mean
Police
it.
is right there if you have a problem.
Why would I go
get
to
them.
the police?
Thank you. Have a
You're
good
the
day.
one who's making a fucking
Thank you.
scene.
Have a good day.
This is
Have a
horrendous.
good day. Thank you.
I don't think we're going to get anything else out of that guy. So, I think that is all the videos that we are going to get through. So, but don't go away yet, because I'm going to be letting you know some stuff that's going to be coming up soon. So, we got, okay, so there's one, I think it's 12 and 12, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, fuck. Unless I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, Okay, so we got less than half. We didn't get any rows or columns. Damn it. I gotta say, like, the return that we got on the later videos was not as good as the earlier videos. The earlier videos were cashing out. Like on that first woman, we got like 3, right? From one person. But let's see. So I've heard someone say this one before. I mean, I've never held a sign about antinatalism, so I haven't heard that one. I've heard someone say that. I've heard someone say that. I've heard someone say that. Yep. 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 I've not heard this one before. But I've heard all of them apart from those 2. But yeah, so I'm going to come back to the middle now. We got around half. I reckon that's good going. So we got around half. And yeah, what did you guys think of those Stop Having Kids videos? So some of the people were pretty fucking crazy, right? And also we've just got our first tip of the stream. So I won't say who it is, just in case they don't want people to know, but there was a £5 tip from someone. Thank you so much. You know who you are. Like, that's very, very generous. Saying here's to freedom from the grind of it all. Maybe one day, maybe. Like, yeah, my long-term plan is to hopefully get like some sort of career in doing something like this, or something related to antinatalism, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, like, the number of people around the world that are making their like living or like full-time work in antinatalism is probably like, what, less than 10 maybe. I don't even know. Like David Benatar, and even he is not doing it full-time antinatalism, because he teaches other stuff, right? I don't know if anyone from Stop Having Kids is full-time. Yeah, I mean, maybe Amanda, who does the Exploring Antinatalism podcast, among other things. Maybe she would be considered full-time antinatalist. I don't know if she would consider herself that as well. But yeah, I would say around the world there's like less than 10 people probably, at least from my knowledge. So Ashley said, I will say that while many of these videos were pretty explosive, this isn't the norm when doing outreach, so please don't let it deter you if you'd like to take it to the streets. Yeah, 100% agree with Ashley. Like I was saying before, like the reason these videos became videos is because they are the spicy ones, right? So like you see this all the time with other things, especially with vegan activism, like the conversations that get uploaded, the conversations that have conflict in them, because people like conflict. That's what they're going to watch. People like drama. So that's why these ones get onto YouTube, right? But like, I'm sure the vast majority of conversations are either positive, or if they're negative, they're at least civil. Like if it's someone who's like actively questioning and disagreeing with you, it'll very likely be civil. I can't say from first-hand experience. I mean, with like vegan outreach, I can, but with like this sort of outreach, I haven't done. But yeah, from what I've heard, if it's anything like vegan outreach, and from what I've heard from other people, it's like that. Yeah, especially the frog one. Someone needs to make a meme out of that guy. That guy's a fucking legend. Cool. Okay. So, if anyone has any questions or anything they want to say before the stream ends, then do it now. So I'm just going to talk a bit about things coming up in the future now. So a couple of things coming up. Well, so like I said before, I've got loads of ideas that I want to do. Like I've got loads of stuff like half written down, ideas written down, you know, mini series that I want to do, stuff like that. But it's just a matter of like getting around to doing it all. But the stuff coming up in the near future that that I am like, I can share with everyone. So I very recently, or yesterday in fact, recorded a conversation I had with the He calls himself the finder rather than the founder of the voluntary human extinction movement, Les Knight. And Les is a lovely guy, like really nice guy. Love talking to him. It was a really nice conversation. That'll be coming soon. I'm also going to be having a conversation with someone about antinatalism in China as well, specifically like how it relates to the CCP there, like the Chinese Communist Party and their sort of, censorious and sort of more authoritarian way of governing that country. So that'll be really interesting. There will be a live stream coming up, which will be around New Year's on antinatalism and effective altruism. I don't know how many of you saw my conversation with John, and it got like some people really liked the, well, I think everyone found the conversation interesting that I've spoken to, but some people were really supportive of the idea. Other people were more critical. And I think that is a conversation that's like very much worth exploring more. So what I'm going to do is like compile all of the sort of more critical or negative arguments that people had. I don't know why I keep looking down to the phone where I've got like the stream up so I can check the chat, but like you're there. Yeah, so I'll like collect all of the like negative and like critical comments people had or questions or counter arguments or whatever, and do a live stream with John, and hopefully also get other people on the live stream and go through those questions and and points and like, are they valid? If they are, what is the answer? If we don't know the answer, how can we find out? Like trying to find out what the best way forward is for antinatalists to have a positive impact in the world. So I think it's an important question, and John and I brought up some ideas in the discussion we had, but they could all be wrong. So yeah, I want to like explore that topic more. So we will see how that goes on that live stream. Then the last thing, and this might not happen very soon, but it's something I want to work on over the long term, or at least like relatively soon, is most of you probably know by now that I run the handbook. I sort of do the behind the scenes stuff on the well, I don't like to say I run it. I help out with it, because most of the work actually that's being done now on the handbook is translations, and I'm not doing those. The translators are, and like all the translators are like so valuable. They put in so much work. They do really good work. They're amazing people. But one thing I do want to actively start doing work on the handbook is, at the moment they're all in written form, and I want to turn them into video format. So I don't know if any of you if any of you have Instagram, go on Instagram and look up a guy called Alex Hormozy. Now it's irrelevant what he's talking about. Like he talks about like business and money and earning money and stuff, and like and sales. It's irrelevant what he's talking about. Go on his account and look at the reels he does, the videos he does. It's the style that I want to replicate. They're fast paced, they're engaging. Things pop up so it keeps someone focused on the video, and I think the way he does them is quite good. Like regardless of what he's saying, it's the style of it. I want to replicate those. Yeah. So and there's 60 excuses, so it would be like filming and editing 60 of them. So that's why it's more of a long-term thing. It's not going to be straight away. Before we end, I'm just going to go through the chat and see what people are saying in case so I don't miss anything. Sad Vegan has said thoughts on Cabrera's AN. I think it's oh fuck's sake, I've lost it. Hello for Philosophy, quite robust. I gotta say, I have not read any of Cabrera's stuff. I need to. Like, it's something I'm really behind on. So honestly, I don't have an opinion at the moment. I need to read up on his stuff. Sid said, isn't effective altruism just charity? No, it's about how to do charity in the best way possible, basically. If you want to learn more about it, go and watch my discussion with John. It's a few videos back. Pamela says, when I look back on it, I still can't believe I didn't know then what I know now. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, but maybe I've missed like another part of the conversation. Okay, cool. I don't think there's any more questions for me. I can't see there. Cool. Well, thank you for joining this not so Christmassy Christmas live stream. I hope you enjoyed the bingo and you enjoyed the should we say crazy, unhinged, emotionally unstable people, especially Frogman. Frogman's a legend. All hail Frogman. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.